Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. How's everyone doing out there tonight? I am so refreshed and ready to go. I am so excited about this live.
But I
And
don't
look,
want
I
the
think I
needles to
have a
be too
pop-up
good.
already.
What do you think?
Listen,
Maybe
I
not?
think I have a pop-up already. And I got water all over my shirt. So if you see that big water stain, it's just water. That's all it is. Who's all here with us? 19 people. I really need you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show tonight. It's going to be an epic deep dive. I'm going to ask you for a favor. If you're new here, please tap the subscribe button and the bell. It is free, and I am on a subscriber marathon. If you know of someone that would enjoy my channel, please tell them to take a chance. Go to your favorite diner, go to your favorite restaurant, tell someone at church, tell someone in your choir group, tell someone who does your hair or your nails or a construction worker. Tell whoever you can to subscribe to my channel. And if each and every single one of you do that, I will have 50,000 subscribers in no time. So thank you so much for doing it. I really appreciate it. And get your pens and paper ready tonight. It's going to be a deep dive kind of night. I'll probably stay out of the chat for the most part. So I just ask that you respect my guardrails that I've put up. I've put up guardrails for a reason. Tonight, I hope you take notes that will help assist fellow resellers and collectors. I hope this live helps both parties involved. And some of the pieces I'm going to show tonight are absolutely insane, absolutely gorgeous, full designer, absolutely vintage. And I wanted to show you how to reach for the best. I wanted to show you what to look for in vintage and antique and designer costume jewelry from the history of fashion and the history of what's gone on in design. So thank you all so much for tuning in, and I'd call you all by name, but 40 people and 20 thumbs up. Thank you for taking a chance on this artist, overly emotional human, and animal advocate. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. So, I am going to give you tips and tricks of what to look for as both collectors and resellers. And I hope this helps you. I'll save some time at the end for question and answers, so I'd prefer you to wait to do that because it gets very distracting in the chat, and I did decide on these deep dives, I really need you to stay focused. I really need you to stay focused. And you all understand, and I appreciate it. Jake Gray. Hey, Jason, much love from Jenna and I. We're in Canada right now. Jake Gray. Not sure who you are, Jake, but thank you so much for being here, and safe travels on your way home from Canada. Okay. All right. So this is Vendome, and this is Aurora Borealis crystal and faux pearl. It is a festoon style drop. Very good condition. Late 1960s into the 1970s. Fully signed on the clasp on the back here, and that little tiny fleur-de-lis drop, that's a very strong indicator that you're dealing with Vendome. You might ask yourself, why does it matter if it's just crystal? Why does it matter if it's just Aurora Borealis? One of the largest scale, and I have the earrings to it as well, as a set of Vendome from this era in this condition, all completely, fully articulated. And look at the overlap of how those crystals are overlapped. When you put this on, it's sensational. Absolutely remarkable. Value on this, 300 to 400 with the earrings. Years ago, I think I paid $40 for the set, and I was delighted to do that. So I'll go over values as we go tonight, but I wanted to see some of the necklaces on the busts first, if that's okay with all of you. That'd be fabulous. I would appreciate you allowing me to do that, and thank you so much for tuning in. 50 people already. Absolutely amazing. Please sit back, relax, and please don't turn me off. Please, let's continue to grow this crowd tonight, and please, again, race out and tell somebody to subscribe to my channel. Please and thank you. Just if you all tell one person, I'm going to have another 106 subscribers by tomorrow. It truly matters to me, and thank you for sharing out my passion for jewelry, because that's exactly what I'm getting back to. I've left the static, trash, and garbage at the side of the road, and I am staying laser focused on what I am as a human and as a collector and as a reseller. I've told about you on my channel. Thank you so much. Oh, that's Yulia, you guys. That's Yulia. That's our friend from Ukraine. Thank you so much. All the way from Ukraine, and you told people about me. Hi, Carmen Ellis. Welcome in. Hi, Coral Ray. Thank you so much. And Lori J. Thank you all for making time for me tonight. I know I've been doing a lot of lives. I think some people might be getting, shall you say, viewer fatigue. So, but it is what it is. Okay, let's talk about a few pieces of decorative arts before we get into the jewelry. And I wanted to show you, this is by Linda, and I believe it's Bendler. Let me double check this because I always put this on notes inside of pieces. And thank you all again. Hi, Mandy. Hi, Jacqueline's Treasures, Coral Ray, Joshy Boy. Thank you for making time for me. I love you. I absolutely love you. And Pistachio, of course, you know I love you too. So Mimi is here. Thank you all. I appreciate you. Linda Bendler. And this was $110 in 2019. This is from 1985. So this is by Linda Bendler, obviously a female ceramic artist, and covered in the most beautiful of crystalline glazes. You know I love my crystalline glaze pieces, and you know I love artistry. This is completely hand-formed. It is fully signed on the bottom by Bendler, dated 1985. And what I loved about this is the glaze is gorgeous 360 degrees. When you pick one of these, make sure the crystal formation is full. Make sure the crystals are full or have a wonderful pattern. And look at the gradation from color from this almost oxblood red into this grayish celery on this turquoise base. And I loved this flambe style glaze. The viscosity of this piece is absolutely incredible. And Kay, I think you're new here, and thank you so much for joining in. Oh, Lynn, thank you for telling your brother to check out my channel as well. I do have a lot of gentlemen here. I checked my analytics yesterday, and about I think it was like 81% of the viewers are female, and the other are male. And I think that's pretty good numbers. You know, for guys to listen to me for an hour, what does that say? They are absolutely epic, is what that says. So any dude that is comfortable enough to be here, I really, really appreciate you. And husbands, thank you for tolerating me in the background as your wives are making, you know, dinner, or, you know, you're out on the road taking a trip. So thank you so much. Big kisses to you, Jason from New Zealand. Barbara, thank you so much for being here all the way from New Zealand. Oh, thank you so much. Kay, you're checking out lives tonight. Yeah, we're going to talk about costume jewelry, and all these items are out of my personal collection. So I'm not going to show you things off of line. I'm going to show you things in real life. Brian, thank you so much. And Michelle Guida, I missed you very, very much. Thank you for being here. All right, so that vase is just exceptional, is what that is. And then I wanted to show you this Lundberg vase. A lot of people have asked, do I still collect art glass? You bet I do when it looks this good. I went to the Toledo Museum of Art a long time ago. Oh, Mimi, I thought you were Min. Oh, Min in Hawaii. Hawaiian. Min in Hawaiian. As a straight man, I have to say, love you, Jason. I thought you were Mimi. I'm sorry. I read you as Mimi. There's straight Mimi. Thank you so much for being here. And straight Brian, thank you for being a great dude. Thank you so much. All right, so let's get back to this. I went to the Toledo Museum of Art. There is a Tiffany trumpet vase there that looks almost identical to this. And this is by Lundberg Studio, and it is the trumpet vase, is what it's called. It has this wonderful kind of squat base that's very heavy to then support this very thin and well-blown stem. And look at that arene sheen on this. The finish of this one, if you reach for art glass, make sure it has the best luster in the world. You want to see color play. You want to see iridescence. You want to see full spectrum of that bluish green and then into that pinkish gold. All right. So that's just a little note to what to look for. And look at the sensual form. Look at the so graceful and so gorgeous, like a Georgie O'Keeffe painting. And I just hit my frog pin. It's in the way. But it's like exceptional in terms of art glass. And it is fully signed on the bottom. There is your pontil where they broke that off. And then it is signed right there with the, let's see here, Lundberg Studio. So it's LS Lundberg Studio. It's 1996. And I believe that's the artist mark of who actually constructed this. And again, thank you all so much for being here. Olga and Lori J and Pistachio and Michelle and Mars Mail and Pitty Pat and everybody that's joining in. Thank you so much. All right. So that's Lundberg Studio. Very affordable. And since I couldn't own the one in the museum that is a Tiffany, Louis Comfort Tiffany, and it is Louis Comfort Tiffany, this was just the next best thing. So, and could I afford a Tiffany version? Sure. But with dogs and cats in the house, I preferred to go with the Lundberg. So I hope that makes you happy, and I hope that brought joy to your face and warmed your heart a little bit. My mother asked me during the deep dives, she said, when you stay focused, you get so much more accomplished. And I agree with her. So each deep dive, I hope you're taking notes because here's where it gets good. And here's where we get started. And I do need some bug spray on. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And I do have a necklace right off camera. I don't think you should move a muscle, 73 people. If you're new here, please sit back, relax, and hit subscribe. I would appreciate it very much. And yes, you can trust me. Even though I have a giant frog pin on, and a baseball hat, you can trust me. Trust me, you can. All right, we have these books. If you need a pocket guide, these are on sale for $1.99. These are on sale for $1.99. I think it was at Ollie's or a discount store. You don't have to order them online. This is Warman's Jewelry, and this is the pocket guide to Warman's Jewelry. This one is by Kathy Flood. It's the second edition, and the date on this is... Let me tell you the date on this one, 2011, okay? So when you go through this, the values are going to have changed, okay? So I'm already going to tell you the values. You can kind of ignore them. Some values are up, some values are down, and some have flatlined. I'm not going to get into that. What I am going to tell you is what it's great for is describing who made the pieces and why are they historically important. This one is by Deliza and Elsner, or Elster. That's the way you say it. Deliza and Elster. Delizza, and the and sign, Elster, Elster. Remember that, because that's very important. A manufacturer for many companies, including the Juliana line. So write that down and make sure that you write it down correctly, because not just Juliana is created by Deliza and Elster. Okay, let's be clear on that. I need to clarify that because there's a lot of people that don't have that right. There's a lot of people that are faltering with that information. I got it out right. There we go. You will see this necklace in my collection in just a minute. The and sign. Yep, the and sign. And, A-N-D, the and sign. And, A-N-D. This book is just incredible. It talks about contemporary. I love the full page color photographs. It helps you identify these pieces. You're exactly right, Yulia, and we'll get there. We'll get there about Elsa Schiaparelli. She was friends with Salvador Dali. When people ask me, how do I do this without looking at a tablet or reading a book or doing this? You have to understand, I started with costume jewelry. I started my journey of reselling and collecting in costume jewelry. So I don't have things written down tonight. I'm looking at the chat. I don't have anything written down tonight. This is all just ad lib. You ask me questions at the end and I will have an answer for it. Absolutely. And thank you, Christy, for understanding. Very early costume is commanding premium prices. And let's clarify another thing that people sometimes get wrong. I'm not picking on anyone. I'm just going to say some things, get them off my chest. Not everything that's being attributed. Oh boy, how do I word this one? Not everything being attributed is being attributed correctly. It's taken me 30 years to perfect the attributions, and sometimes I'm still wrong. Sometimes the experts are still wrong. And then throughout time, we realize who has done the pieces. And it is important to the history of the piece. A lot of times what I've done is reached for pieces that are well-crafted, well-designed, that are not signed. I had an unsigned brooch a few years ago that sold for $3,500. So let this sink in. Let just listen up and let it sink in. When you have done something for a very long time, I have done this for 5 lifetimes. 5 lifetimes. Time you just know. Through a lot of hard work as well. Through a lot of reading and a lot of hard work and keeping my mouth shut and listening. And then now I get to share it with all of you. So, troll. I don't think so. I don't think we have a troll. Do I have a troll? I don't think so. I think we're good. Okay, I think we're good. I don't think there's any trolls here. Okay, all right, here we go. I think we're A-okay. Yeah, we're all good. Oh, thank you so much. William Brown is here. Jason, if you wrote a book, I would buy them. Hi, William Brown. Welcome in. Thank you so much for. I'll get to that in just a second. Woohoo! Absolutely. So this is just great, and it's just loaded beyond loaded. Okay, and then if it talks about Hattie Carnegie, you'll see this in just a little bit. Hattie Carnegie plastic is amazing. So sorry, hit the send in the middle of the sentence. Kay, you're fine. You're absolutely fine, honey. And it gets into Bakelite, and please ignore the values because they've changed dramatically. Please ignore the values. That's all I'll ask you for. But it talks about basic designer and construction, and then it gets into contemporary and artisan-made pieces, full color photographs for $1.99. $1.99. The best $1.99 you're ever going to spend on a book, and it's a pocket guide. You can take this everywhere with you and leave it in your car. Now, when I've told you before about how I've gained the momentum to be able to tell you these things from what's inside of this is I kept my mouth shut. I kept my mouth shut, and I stayed in the libraries. This book has been with me since 1995. 1995. All right. I use this so frequently and so much that the whole full color section has fallen out of the book. Look at how dirty and disgusting this is from my hands over the years. I was never a smoker. Never going to happen. Nope, not going to happen. Look at how yellowed, and look at where my thumb always goes. This book has been with me since 1995. That's how this has all happened to construct this collection that you're going to see tonight. You're only going to see about 1/10. Who am I kidding? 1/20th of the total. All right. This is how I became so smart. I didn't use Google Lens. I didn't use AI. I didn't use anything. It's like a jewelry Bible. You got it, William. So this is Costume Jewelry by Harris Simmons Miller. Now, would I recommend this book to you today? I wouldn't. This is what I used because this is what was available back in the day. The photographs are fantastic and they're historical. There's a lot of history, I guess I should say. And what I really liked about this was the accuracy back then of the prices. It'll talk to you about Elzac. They used to call these, let's see here if they even put it in here. No, they didn't even call it that back then. This was just Elzac, made in California. Did they even call it Elzac? No, but see how things have changed? No, see, now we know these are by Elzac. Okay, here's a learning moment as well. So these brooches right here are like victims of fashion or crimes of fashion. There are two different ways that you can say it. They're ceramic in their fabric and they're gorgeous, but in the book, they're not listed as Elzac. We now know that those are by Elzac. Extremely collectible. You can Google Elzac. E-L-Z-A-C. E-L-Z-A-C. Elzac. Okay, you can look that up on your own. So what I didn't like about this book back in the days, I learned by what's its face, by color, by photographs. And look at the color section is very, very small. Is extremely small in this book. I have much better books, but I wanted to show you where I started. Life in collecting, and look how it's yellowed over the years. It's a great book, and it does talk about Schreiner of New York, Chanel. It talks about unsigned pieces. This made me a lot of money. I would have to say this must have made me $100,000. Let's just say the information in this book made me over $100,000. And look how old. I mean, it's just disgusting. That's okay. That's truth in what I've done. I'm going to show you a Coppola Y Toppo. Are you ready to start writing some things down? So please do this because this is going to help you in resale. And all of my information is free. All my information is free. So we're going to talk about a Coppola Y Toppo. All right. I'll get into spellings and I can put it in description. Oh, it's already in the description box. So if you need to know how to spell Coppola Y Toppo, please go into the description box and it's already there for you. I know for sure that it is. Are you ready for Coppola Y Toppo? Can you just put some hearts in the chat? Just put some hearts in the chat. Flood that chat with hearts, and I'm having a hell of a time seeing. Looks like Mercelin is here. William Brown is here. There's a huge delay on my device because now I'm drinking water. Anna Katz is here. Hi, Dr. Linda Williams. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. You have the best things to say about me. Oh, thank you so much. You said, am I like a steel trap bordering on a photographic memory? Own it. Thank you so much for flooding the chat. Well, let's get a whole bunch of more people in here. And if you're new to me, take a chance and hit the subscribe button. You might go to a yard sale and I might make you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. with the information that I share for absolutely free. So thank you so much. Nick James here, but I'm doing dishes. Jason, I truly have the bracelet. I truly have the bracelet that is an exact match. Well, congratulations, because I have the necklace that's an exact match to the bracelet. All right, your favorite bracelet, I know. All right, so this has a rich history with me. Oh, thank you so much, Kristen. I appreciate you for subscribing right away. And Anna Katz, thank you so much. Merslin, thank you so much for being here. And thank you for understanding we don't send international. I so appreciate you. Oh, someone gave me a super chat. Yulia, thank you so much for the super chat. You have no idea how much that helps my channel. Let me see if I can get this on by myself. And then, let's not clasp it, because if I clasp it, I'm going to get it stuck on. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so there's the Coppola Y Toppo bracelet. It is Italian. It is high-end. It's very good. And Yulia, thank you so much. Love from Ukraine. The United States absolutely loves you, sweetheart. Hi, Anna Katz. Thank you so much for being here. Nick, thanks for listening. I appreciate you, pal. Continue your great videos. Keep up the good work and keep your head down and get it done. You know, subscribers will come. I promise you. Amazing jeweled clasp, and this is Coppola Y Toppo. It is fully signed right there, and it's going to appear in reverse, but I had to do the bigger pieces first, because if I go into the light box, I can't get the necklaces in, and it becomes a disaster. So remember, we're taking the deep dive tonight, and I'm going to show you construction up close. This is an exceptional set. So there is your bracelet. Absolutely gorgeous and completely done on monofilament, or quote fishing line, if you will. Completely hand woven crystal beads, all crystal beads. Every bead is there. And look at the construction of elevating and escalating just glass. Think about this. This is just glass. This is just glass. This is just glass. That's all it is. Crystal, it's just glass. But look at how they elevated that to one of the most exceptional works of wearable art. Then when you see the necklace, we're talking breathtaking. Let me put my Vendome necklace back in its container, and let me get this necklace loaded up for you. And when I talk about quality tonight, you're going to want to stay tuned. Please do not change that channel. I know there's a lot going on YouTube. There's probably live sales. There's probably a whole bunch of drama and static channels, and probably some reselling on whatnot. But who cares about all that? We're going to have an epic night tonight, and I'm going to take my time on this deep dive. And you all have been so incredibly respectful and well-behaved, and I do need you to continue to tap that thumbs up. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything, and my device is completely frozen, and I see nothing in the chat. Look at how cute I am. I look like I saw a ghost. Am I all washed out, or do I look okay? It doesn't matter what I look like. Okay, here we go. So let's load up the necklace. Why? Because I want to. When you talk about one of the most stunning sets of jewelry, Coppola Y Toppo is worth thousands of dollars still. The standing offer on this set is $4,500. And you're going to say, excuse me, what did you just say? And I'll say it again. I didn't stutter. $4,500. $4,500. That's exactly. Yes. Exactly, and absolutely gorgeous. Coppola Y Toppo, all glass, worth $4,500. So what I want to do tonight is I want to take you on the deep dive. I want to take you on this deep dive. I need you to get your paper and pencil. If you're newly joining in, let's keep the chat at a minimum because I want to keep going forward. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate that. You might be something. Guys, okay, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so this one, completely glass and crystal and completely hand beaded. This is Coppola Y Toppo. I started with costume, and you got to remember, there's a lot of people out there that say they know costume really well. I would love to get in a room with them. I would love to get in a room with them and have no devices, no books, no notes, no nothing, no help, no earbuds from another room, someone trying to help them. And I'd love to go toe to toe. I would love to do a live with some of the people that say, I know costumes so well, you know, I'm an expert with costume jewelry. Well, I'd love to get in the room with you. I would love to. I've known it for 30 years of my life. Yeah. This is amazing. It's Coppola Y Toppo. There is your close-up. And look at the way this is all woven together on the back. Fully signed, Coppola Y Toppo. The spelling is in the description box below. It is. I know it for a fact. Do you want to talk about unsigned Schreiner? So a lot of people would sell this as just a rhinestone collar, and that's what this was sold as. So I think I spent, I know, Michelle, the back. I know, it's just amazing. I think I spent 180. I think I spent 180 just unsigned rhinestone. No, it's Schreiner of New York that was never marked. Schreiner of New York, invert set rhinestones, quality throughout. I don't like to say dog tooth mountings. I don't like the term. I just don't like it. We never called it dog tooth back in the day. Like when Harris Simmons Miller wrote this book, she didn't call it dog tooth mountings. She just didn't. Look how dirty that book is. That's how long I've been doing costume. That's how long I've been doing custom. And I didn't have a retail store that struggled and went out of business because I was the expert. No, I didn't have a retail store that struggled and went out of business. I'm still selling costume 30 years later. I'm excelling at business and excelling at resale because I've kept it to where I've taken the deep dive. I did it before AI and Google Lens and before all the fads. I ignored the fads. I said, I'm not going to listen to the fads. I'm not doing it. And that's the way I've elevated my personal collection. And that's the way I continue to excel at this business of resale. It's absolutely true. It's not arrogant when it's true. These are Safret glass. Those are Safret glass rhinestones. And we all know about Safret glass. We all know about it because I've done videos on it before. And the ends are Safret glass as well. And I'll put Safret glass in the correct spelling. Some people are spelling it incorrect. It's not a problem. Please write this down. And I came in as the imposter Bully Run Coffee. If you wonder where we sell on YouTube, Bully Run Coffee. We have magnificent sales on Tuesday nights. But don't look for us this Tuesday because it's not going to happen. Because I am going to go on live Tuesday night with I think the Boy George unboxing. I keep mentioning it, but I think I'm in the mood for it. I wasn't in the mood for it tonight. Stunning color combination that Schreiner is so known for, and that's absolutely Schreiner, Schreiner, Schreiner. The way this back is handled with that fishhook clasp. And again, look at the mountings, the way this is handled. Very unusual color combination and exactly what Schreiner of New York is known for. The $180 to $200 that I paid for this, easily thousands now. Possibly 3,500 to 4,500. Years ago, it went down to 2,500. Then it struggled to go back up, and I think we're around 3,000 to 4,000 now for such an incredible piece. And a lot of people would like, do the YouTube short of this and have their mouth open and surprised. Oh, can't believe I found this. Not me. No, nope, not me. Seasoned veteran over here. All right, let's talk about some more necklaces, and then we're going to get into the light box. I'm going to take you on the deep dive with brooches as well. Does anyone have any questions so far? Any questions in the chat so far? I don't want to leave you out. You've been so incredibly well behaved and very respectful. We've really stayed on task, and I hope you've enjoyed this. If you missed my long feed video today, I really need your help, and I need you to go over and watch it. I unboxed a goldsmith box, a goldsmithing box, a jeweler's box. Who saw my video today? Please put that you just put love or gold. Put something in the chat that I know that you saw the video. Yes, Roxanne, and that's not tonight. Yeah, thank you. I know a hellacious amount about pearls. I've collected those for 30 years, too. If you missed my pearl video, don't know what to tell you, but you should probably go over and check it out. Okay, I didn't do one specific, but you know what I'm saying. Did you watch it? Oh, you watched it. Oh, you did. Oh, you watched it. Oh, Pistachio did what I asked. I all asked you to pile in at 2 o'clock, so it'd go through the roof. It's doing very well. Thank you, Ivy. Oh, thank you, Jan McComber. Jan, Jeremy's supposed to email you, and you don't have to put in the chat about what, but Jeremy's supposed to email you, and we're all good, honey. Rebecca and Sarah, look at everyone's coming out, and they're saying, hey, wait a minute, I saw it. Do you want to talk about Alice Cavanis, one of my favorite designers, that gets overlooked so many times? What on God's green earth? Late 1960 on this version. Absolutely fantastic. Black crystal with silver luster, space with some of the most incredibly stunning rhinestone beads that are completely rhinestone covered. Do you see the quality of this? All these prong set rhinestones down this mesh collar with this gunmetal plating. Alice Cavanis is so frequent, and I say Cavanis. Some people say Kavanaugh. That's fine. I say Cavanis. That's the way I've always done it. That's the way I've known it, and I'm not going to retrain my brain to say Kavanaugh. Boy, some of the pronunciations. I was in a Whatnot show the other night, and this girl, holy ham hock, I wanted to help her. I wanted to be able to call her and say, can I help you? Like, help you not say what you're saying? But it's okay. I said, I'm just here for myself. And, I can't correct everybody. It's not nice. Are you ready, though? Look at the construction of this beauty. And then we're going to talk about another Vendome set. So you're not going to want to move a muscle because this is going to escalate very, very quickly. Again, years ago, I probably paid $80 for this. Every single stone is there, very oversized. I do have the earrings. 295 to 295 to 325 full retail, and I get those prices at shows. If you put this on an auction or whatever, you might get more, you might get less. I don't know what to tell you about the more and less thing, but when I went through the collection, I think this is the interesting part, and I hope these tips and tricks are helping you. I really do. Oh, Lady Sylvia's here. Hi, Jason. Loved the live yesterday. Missed it, but watched the replay. Gorgeous necklace. Thank you, Lady Sylvia, for being here tonight. Okay, so speaking of which, I have this one out, and I wanted to show this again on the bust because I wanted to show this on the bust, and I wanted to make sure that you all saw this in all of its glory. We will talk about signed and unsigned pieces tonight as well. Yeah, we will. Absolutely. A lot of attributions out there that are incorrect. And I don't want to say that I'm going to correct people because that's not nice, but there's a lot of things that are going on that are just really hard to watch. That's all. Okay, here we go. Stanley Hagler. So now it's on the bust, and it's, when you say exceptional, so can I tell you about like how back in the day, I don't know if they do this anymore because like I'm an old school antique dealer, it's 30 years. I'm an old dude, I'm an old dude. I'm an old soul. What can I say? And what's interesting about Stanley Hagler's work is this is for Ian St. Geller. It's Stanley Hagler, but and it's Hagler, by the way, because people are saying you're saying it wrong. No, it's Hagler. That's exactly what it is. Micro seed beaded, much like what Lady Sylvia does. So she knows how difficult this is to put. These are put on wire. Hers are put on thread. There's a difference there, but these are all wired on micro seed beads. And then look at these turquoise beads and spaced with uranium glass. Could I glow this for all of you? I sure could. Did I buy this because it glows? No. I didn't base my decision on the fact that it glows. That's just a fad. It's just a fad. Uranium glass has always been a thing. It'll always be a thing. But don't go for the fads because you'll be gravely disappointed. You'll be gravely disappointed. I could tell you a lot about the fads, but I'll just leave it left unsaid. We could talk about I could do a whole video on fads. Are there modern costume jewelry designers who still take pride in creating great works like these? Absolutely, yes, Brian. Yeah, there are. There are several. Do I collect them? I don't. I don't. So this is just outstanding. And look at the set. Just the work is just magnificent. And these are fully signed. There's the Ian St. Geller and the Stanley Hagler underneath, and completely original set. Really remarkable. I just love that set. I think it's happy. I think the colors are great. And it's all glass. All these little drops here are molded glass. They look like carved turquoise. And I love the lushness of this. And can I say one thing about costume, why I started with it? There were two reasons. The artist transcended the materials. So they took something not valuable and they made it valuable by putting a labor of love together. Can I get some more thumbs up? Can I get some more thumbs up? Double tap the screen or just go onto the computer and give me a thumbs up. I need some more thumbs up. I really do. I really, really do. Please, 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 please give me some thumbs up. And thank you so much. Appreciate the super chat as well. Extremely heavy, Jennifer. Extremely heavy piece. And the back construction, let me show you that. The back construction on the back of this, let's flip this over. Oh, and I didn't finish my thought. So the first part was they transcended the materials and they made something stunning and fabulous. And do you see how courageous the designs are already? We're going to get into a whole lot more courage. So write that down on your notes. Write that down on your notes. Why costume is still historically important and still selling for a lot of money. Okay, why it's doing so is because not only transcending the material, but look at the courage of like could you imagine doing this in 18 karat gold and turquoise and peridot? It would be $200,000, you know? So this gave them freedom. This gave them freedom of expression to take craft materials such as brass and glass beads and even plastics and transcend the material into something that is historically still with us. Costume has tugged at my heartstrings for a long time, if you couldn't tell. I've been waiting to do this live for well over a year, actually. I've been waiting to do this live, and let me get this back in its container appropriately so I don't ruin anything. Thank you all so much, and I really do appreciate. Oh, there's another super chat. I was just going to say I appreciate the super chats. Coro, thank you so much. I know, a lot of people are like, hey, I wish I could give you money. I can't because I can't. I don't have it. And I'm like, don't worry about it. That's why I don't have memberships on my channel. I'm doing all this for free because I want you to have this information. I feel very important. Not because I'm going to sell the collection, because then people go, oh, wow, she'll probably start selling costume next. Don't get it twisted, girls. I've sold costume. I sold costume for 30 years, So, all right, let's do this one. And this one is more, I don't want to say subdued, but wait till you see the one after this one. So if you don't like this one because it's like conservative, and I don't know what to say. I've loved this for a long time. This is Vendome. I have a lot of Vendome. I have a Bakelite Vendome set. It's the bracelet, the necklace, and the earrings, and it's one of the most stunning. It's all Bakelite beads. It's all Bakelite with like half round. Gosh, I'm losing my train of thought over here. Half round. Chatons, beautifully done. And I think I just said chaton wrong. I did. I said it wrong. Oh well, so much for that. Maybe someone can come in and correct me. So this gets better and better because I have the bracelet to this. Now this is Vendome, the whole history lesson about this and that, and this company's this, and this is that, and I know that this is when this company was around, and all this, all this stuff about almost like useless information. What I wanted to stay with is I didn't mind when certain I used to remember like Vendome was this to this, and then it was this to this, and then this was this, and this, and then Frank Hess was first, and then Miriam Haskell. Frank Hess was like 30s, 40s, transitioned into, designer for Haskell, late 50s through the 60s. You had all these like great history, but useless information for resale or for the deep dive for collectors even, but there's a lot more information out there is what I'm saying. But I only worried about what applied to making money or building my collection, but then, I challenge someone to come on and go, who's Frank Hess? You want to talk about Frank Hess for an hour? We could do that. I'd bore the hell out of you, but I could give you a history lesson on Frank Hess. Oh, you want to talk about Larry Vrba for 12 hours? We could do it. We could most certainly do it. Vendome earrings that match the Vendome necklace, and I have the bracelet. Every time you get a set like this, it elevates the designer luxury part of these sets. And Vendome, beautiful rhinestone, rhodium plated on the inside. And look at the labor that went into the Vendome earrings, fully hallmarked on the back. And like I said, I didn't have a retail store that faltered and then called myself an expert. No, I've just been doing this for 30 years. And oh my God, Jacqueline's Treasures. My thing is on such a lag over here. 129 people? What? Are you serious? Oh my God, Jacqueline's Treasures, thank you so much. Oh, Jacqueline's Treasures, thank you. And I'm on such a lag. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. All right, Vendome, there's your fleur-de-lis. It is fully signed on this clasp. And look at even the little rhinestone here that was inset in the clasp. And look at the quality of these crystals. When you talk about luxury, I love the Three Station. This is 1970s. This is 1970s. This isn't into the 80s yet. And all of these are prong set or bead set rhinestones in these beautiful domes. And look how they graduated the center of these almost black crystal sunflowers. And they're flowers that will never wilt. Back in the day for the set, the earrings, the necklace, and the bracelet was around $50 for the whole set. It was around $50 for the whole set. And this one, and I don't have any fancy lights on, just so everybody knows, This is the way these pieces perform. Make sure you buy quality. Make sure you look for great construction and ignore the names. Ignore the names. Let the pieces speak to you on quality. Let them speak to you on construction. Don't look at that. Look at the quality of this and how beautifully constructed it is. Fully finished on the back and just as gorgeous. Does anyone like this out there in the chat? Are you stunned by this? Because I was. Just ignore the signatures. You know, when you start buying just a signature, you get home later on and you go, what the hell did I just buy? The signature elevates the value, but I'm going to tell you what, some of my most expensive costume jewelry I've ever sold has been unsigned. And when I talk about unsigned, we are still working on some attributions. Now, I told you that was conservative, right? When I talk about how many boxes we have to get through, you have no idea. You have no clue. There's 4 more inside the house, and this is all costume out of my collection of over 30 years. And when I talk to you about Juliana, hello, did I not say that necklace was in the book? Did I not say that, like, I have a book piece, yet I didn't do the stupid face and go stand outside of a mansion and go, I'm a jewelry expert? Okay, that's great. Come on my channel. Let's have a chit-chat. Let's do this. Let's go mano a mano, you know? Let's do it. You show me your costume, and I'll show you mine. Let's do it. It'll be a great time to be had by all. Okay, check this out. This is Juliana, and it has the earrings, and I have the bracelet. But I put the earrings here, and, you know, okay. So this is Juliana, and this is by, again, Delizza, Delizza, and Elster, Elster. We're clear, right? Delizza and Elster. All right. They also made for so many other companies. So don't get it twisted and say that all Juliana is this and that. Okay, don't do it. We have the beautiful Rivoli stones, absolutely gorgeous. Old-time antique dealers will call these headlight stones. That's what we call them. Jason, pull off the feather earrings. I don't think so. Oh no, I don't think so. Pull off the feather earrings. Oh girl, I don't know about that. Oh no, I don't think so. But check this out. And I have the bracelet to this. Well, I got distracted by this box. This is all Juliana inside this box. I now have 4 boxes of Juliana. If you're good, if you're really, really, really good, I'll show you a Juliana set that'll buckle your knees. So there's the bracelet, the brooch, and the earrings. I have the necklace to this in another container. I do not store my rhinestones in plastic bags normally, but it just doesn't happen when I was in a panic to get the video ready. All right, so this whole box is Juliana, and there's set after set after set. Set after set after set of blue margarita stones. You know, there's all these new terms. Oh my gosh, you know, all these new terms to keep up with, and everyone's the foremost expert. And I said, I'll just show you what I know. These sets are still now hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, and people are still stunned by the fact that you can still find these out at the thrift. You can still find them at yard sales, and people don't know. All right, let's set that out of the way. And then thank you all so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let me set that over here. I guess we could get into some Juliana later on, if you want to. If not, no problem. Now, why I set this box out? Ooh, I need a drink. I always get water all over myself. Oh, okay. So check this out. Another Vendome. But I didn't want to talk about this one tonight, but we can. I want to go for the big one in the bottom of the box, which is attributed to William DeLillo. William DeLillo. That's the way it's said. That's the way it's spelled. William DeLillo. And again, these are all from memory. Look at this Vendome. What? Look at this Vendome. So simple, so timeless, so gorgeous, so amazing. Absolutely fantastic. Really, really, really luxurious black crystal Aurora Borealis, worth a lot of money in its simplicity. Absolutely exceptional. Jeweled clasp on the back. All the stones are in great shape. Sorry for the dirty bust. Look at my dusty hands. You know, I'm going to tell you guys a secret. Do you want to know a secret? Can everyone... retro, re-roll, resell. Oh my god, first time catching you live. Gorgeous, like you, and your heart and passion. Thank you so much, buddy. Oh, can everyone welcome in re-roll, resell? I like your user ID. Can everyone welcome? Do you have a first name we can call you? I'll probably forget it in about 20 minutes. Do you have a first name? Do you have a first name? Secret? Okay. Secret? Okay. So what, guess what? You know how I told you I got my third auction done? It's not up and running yet, but it will be soon. I got my third auction done. Guess what? I'm working on a fourth auction already. I started it, and I'm working on a fourth auction. Reroll, what's your name? Anna. Welcome in, Anna. Thank you so much for being here. I'll try my best to remember your name. Oh, thank you so much. Designs Laura's here. Thank you, buddy. Hi, Ivy. Oh, your name is Anna. Work it. I said I wasn't. Oh, Olga. I collect because of history. Thank you for your knowledge. You are precious. Thank you. Everyone, thank you for welcoming in Anna. She's new to these parts. Can I show you one of my favorite William DeLillos? This isn't signed. And then people go, well, how do you know it's William DeLillo? Well, I'm not going to tell you that just yet. Look at this. This is like so cool. So I wanted to show you some of the when I told you about, do you remember just a few minutes ago, if you check your notes, do you remember what I told you about the craft of costume and the elevation of material? So what is this made out of, guys? What is this made out of? Come on, don't be bashful. You're gonna make a mistake. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna make a mistake. But what is this made out of? If you saw that on a bust somewhere, what is that made out of? What is that made out of? Right. Yep. Yep. Brandon knew exactly what it was. It is absolutely faux coral, and it's all plastic. The whole necklace is all plastic. The round beads are plastic, the coral is plastic, and the pearls are plastic. The whole thing is plastic. The whole necklace is plastic. This is William DeLillo, and it's one of the best William DeLillos I've ever seen. And if Jeremy were here, he would say it's made out of dog wiener coral. So Jeremy, did you guys see the dog wiener? I shouldn't have said it that way. Now here goes my chat. I just lost everybody. I just lost everyone. Pretzels. Do you guys... This is William DeLillo at its best. Wondering. Yeah. It's... Do you remember Jeremy said it was dog wiener coral? That little angel skin coral well, the angel that was coral. I almost said angel scale. Angel scale? Angel wing. Angel skin. Oh my god. I got distracted. I just told you every coral that it's not. So do you love this? Yeah, Jeremy, I guess he could have just said Red Rocket. Oh my god, Anna's already one of us. LOL, Jeremy's so funny. I don't know how he puts up with me. But this is William DeLillo, everyone. So this just plastic necklace. What is this worth? What is this worth? Go on, tell me, what is this worth as attributed to William DeLillo? What is this worth? This huge, fun 1970s necklace. What is this worth? Ooh, Brandon. Courageous. I like you, Brandon. I would put this out retail for $800. Yeah, I would put it out for $800. I would put it out for $800. It might go $650 to $950. It might kind of go, but no, you can't worry about that. That's why I ask you to guess, as it gets the chat going. That's why I ask. No one's ever wrong. So just plastic for that much money. Now stay with me. Do you want to see one that I like better? I know. Thank you all for guessing. No one's ever wrong at my channel. I don't want to ever make someone feel bad. Okay, are you ready? I don't want to talk about this one. I don't want to talk about that just yet. Oh, can I talk about this one before this one? So do you want to see how, you know how people will sometimes do the, you're exactly right, Joshy. Thank you. Can I be Big Chief? I don't know. Maybe not. Celeste. Hi, Celeste. How are you? Thank you all for being so respectful tonight in chat. I appreciate you. We can show that. Okay. All right. Oh, I know, Yulia, you said that. It's totally agree. Okay. Anna said she needs to differentiate us. I don't know what that means. So if you could just hold that, that'd be great, because I start to get distracted in the chat. So let's not take over the chat. Okay, let's not take over the chat. Nobody's wrong. No, I didn't say anyone's wrong. No, no one's wrong. This is Kenneth J. Lane. Let's put the guardrails back up in the chat. Okay, guardrails up. Everyone's listening. Everyone's taking notes. Please write down Kenneth J. Lane. Okay, write down KJL. Capital K, capital J, capital L. Now, when he started spelling his name out, exactly, Anna, perfect. And if you keep the chit chat to a minimum, we all learn that way. Yup, and not calling anybody out, but we're all in the learning moment tonight. No hijacking of the chat tonight. And Kenneth J. Lane, thank you all. You just put it in the chat. KJL, Kenneth J. Lane. This is his early signature. Right there is his early signature on an oval. Thank you, Joshy boy, 100%, because then we start to go off into the whole thing. Kenneth J. Lane, KJL, okay? So let me put on this. And we got some skeeters. Some skeeters are flying around out here, and I don't do skeeters. It's not happening. Thank you all for putting in the Kenneth J. Lane. Now, when he spelled his name out, that's the more contemporary, and sometimes he puts KJL4 Avon, KJL4, da-da-da-da-da-da. He designed 4 other companies, but he also had his own line, and this is part of it. This is from the 1960s. I bought this back in the day for $10. Such enamel bangles in this width, in this condition, $200, $300, $400 to purist Kenneth J. Lane collectors. This is the early version, and look how this looks like 18 karat gold, enamel, and diamonds. Do you see that some costume jewelry didn't look like a fantasy, didn't look like a fantasy piece? It looked and mimicked real jewelry. Do you see how this one mimics 18 karat gold, diamonds, and real jewelry? Okay. So there is the signature on the inside. So please remember early Kenneth J. Lane, KJL. Thank you so much for taking a look. I appreciate you remembering that. Every single stone is there, and I hope you love that. All right. Now, the last one in this box that I want to discuss, and wait till I get inside the light box, because this is going to get really crazy inside the light box. When I show you some of the brooches in my collection, you're going to go gaga. You're going to go absolutely crazy. Now, this is a favorite from a long time ago. This is also William DeLillo. Okay, William DeLillo. I have a William DeLillo on eBay right now for like $1 bazillion. And I got an offer on it not too long ago, and I said no. But I do want to sell that, and so maybe eventually I'll take it. Look at this for a collar. So did you see how we went from believable, mimicking fine jewelry to a fantasy piece? This would never have been made in coral, and what would the white have been? What would the white have been back in the day? It wouldn't have been howlite. That's not what that would have been. A lot of these were for fashion shows. A lot of these were runway. They were specifically made for designers. And I see why this didn't go on right. I had it in the wrong direction. And then I'm going to show you the construction of this fabulous, fabulous necklace. What advice do you have for a new designer like myself? Watch my silversmithing videos, and you'll have an insight, Olga, that you will walk away with and go, wow, he's a silversmith, and he's doing great. Doing fantastic work. Okay, Olga's on a leg, not a problem. Okay, so look at the way that this is constructed in terms of a fantasy piece. Absolutely, definitely made for a designer, specifically for an outfit in the late 60s. Again, this is all plastic. So we transcended, again, the material. We took something that was, worthless, per se, in terms of plastic, and we elevated that into this phenomenal collar. One of my favorite pieces, and I wore this a lot. I absolutely thought this was incredible. To each their own. I thought this was just a stunner. Look at the way that that is constructed. Lush, fabulous, over the top. Costume like this was this whimsical extension of the designer's mind. In school, after 7 years of being a silversmith, nothing was ever too big. Nothing was ever too big. I would wear a doorknob as a ring. You know, I would, it's just the way that designers think outside the box. You know, you don't want to go to the supermarket in this, but I most certainly did back in the day. This is just so lush and so magnificent. And the construction of just layering these plastic bits and pieces and components onto a necklace is just exceptional. So, absolutely wonderful. I love it. So far, how are your notes going? And does anyone have a question for me? And I'll go back to the chat here. It's on a real big lag. I'm so sorry, 126 people. Yeah, no, okay. Look at this, though. Look at how incredibly well made. Absolutely exceptional. And this on is so lush. It's just so lush. I absolutely love this. Oh, it looks good on my shirt. I should have worn this one tonight. Yeah, I should. Maybe I'll wear this for the Boy George unboxing. I just absolutely love it. I think it's incredible. Last week, I sold a Haskell set to a local collector for $2,200. And I have Haskell inside the house to show you some incredible Haskell. One of my favorite designers was Haskell, and there's a lot of people that do not like Haskell. There's a lot of people that just go, nope, not for me. I understand why. Spell something. Well, let's take that out of there, because that's an odd thing. Let's take that out of there, because that was weird. We'll take that out of there, because that was a very strange comment. Okay, very strange. Okay, so we'll put that in, we'll put this in, and we'll put these in. And I don't want to talk about contemporary tonight, because contemporary is just not my jam. DeLillo. William DeLillo. William DeLillo. William... Oh, brother. William... D-L-I-L-L-O. William DeLillo. Um, 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 Leah Stein. Leah Stein. Does anyone collect Leah Stein? And I got schmutz all over it. Does anyone collect Leah Stein? Leah Stein? Anyone out there in the chat? Love Leah Stein pieces? Paris, France. Anybody? I had an early collection of Leah Stein's work. I just loved, I don't know, I loved her whimsy. I thought she was just genius when it came to her whimsy. Let me put these pieces away. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. Let me put these away. We're going to go inside the house before the bugaboos come out. And I need to move some things inside the house. Now, I did most of the necklaces, but there are 3 that I can't reach. So I'm going to give you a moment just to kind of chat amongst yourselves. I'll give you 2 minutes. I'll run inside the house and I'll get all set up. And what's going to be great is the brooches I'm going to show you. So 130 people. I don't know if I leave just yet because there's a brooch inside the house that's worth more than diamonds and gold. Yeah, more than diamonds and gold. All right, thank you so much for joining in. Now's your time to chit-chat and blow up the chat and go crazy and do your thing. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, and this is very important to me, only 61.2% of people are subscribed, 38.6% are not subscribed. So, and if you subscribe, I might get to 50,000. I might just do it. So, oh, thank you, Mary Miller. You liked that. Yeah. Oh, and this one, I'm sorry, my shirt's all cattywampus. This is Iraj Imoni. I would take this off, but I don't want to. It's pour glass. It's a gigantic frog. It's made by Iraj Moini. And then this one is Weiss, and I just thought it was fantastic because it really reflects the light. And then this one is pretty fantastic too. This is Hans Hansen, and that's sterling silver, Danish modern, and that is just amazing. This is not a torque. This is a neck ring. It's not a torque. It's a neck ring. And that is Hans Hansen, and look at the way this fully articulates. Very beautiful modernist piece. And this is Hans Hansen, fully signed. Script signed, Hans Hansen, Denmark, and all of the pieces are there. I absolutely love the simplicity of this necklace. And Danish Modern, maybe that's the next live we do. Maybe I go into the Danish Modern sterling silver and just blow your socks off. You never know what I have planned next. So, okay, let me get in and do this and get this taken care of. And I thank you also so much for tuning in tonight. Don't go anywhere because wait till you see these brooches. And Pringle Pete is on his way. I know that it's going to be epic. All right, here we go. Let's get back inside. And thanks for being respectful in the chat. Be nice to each other so I don't have to block anybody. And let me go in and get situed. And I'll be right back. Oh, I better put this vase away before I break anything. Okay, vase is in safe. Let's get this in safe. And thank you again so much for tuning in tonight. Please make sure that you get some books because they're extremely helpful. And that will definitely give you a whole bunch of information that, probably a lot of things online won't give you. You can only get so far with Google Lens, and you can get into a lot of trouble in the Google Lens department. And Mom, if you're here, thank you for giving me the recommendation to do that with telling people about the books. And oh, the crystal and glaze vase. Oh, if you missed that earlier, you're going to have to rewind because crystal and glaze, that fantastic. Linda Bendler, Linda, you did fantastic. All right, I'll be right there. Just a few more seconds. Thank you all so much for giving me the opportunity to come inside and kind of decompress, take a little bit of a deep breath. Let me grab the device. Let me grab my slip over here. Let's put this down over here. And I really appreciate you all subscribing to my channel. You've just been so magnificent. When we get into this light box, I decided to go on the deep dive of unsigned Chanel. So we're going to talk about unsigned Chanel. Why? Because I want to. And we're going to talk about unsigned Chanel. We're going to talk about Miriam Haskell. We're going to talk about Larry Vrba. We're going to talk about more Kenneth J. Lane. I dropped you right inside the light box, and I think we might be, let's go in a little bit more. Does that look good for all of you? Can you just put good in the chat if this looks good? Can you put good in the chat if that looks good to you? And to all the people just joining in, please don't move a muscle. I'm going to keep doing these live feeds to show the brilliance that I have trapped inside my mind and the pieces that I want you to reach for and how to elevate your collections and how to think about pieces that you may not have already thought about. And I should have said that a little differently. I should have said, maybe you'll consider some designers that you hadn't considered before. So maybe this will expand your knowledge in terms of how things are crafted, and then you look at the way things are made rather than just a designer signature. Does this look good to everybody? Could you please let me know? That would be fantastic. I'd really appreciate it. Google Lens works, but so many questions. I asked Google AI and pictures. I use words wrong so much. Yeah, it can only get you so far. And you can ask questions at the end. Gents recommended best way to hunt. Don't know what that means. I'm interested in vintage jewelry because you were recommended 3 weeks ago. I actually bought a few things. Pretty sure I got ripped off. I'm learning. Intensity in the 10 cities. There's a lot of opportunity for people to get ripped off, but not at my channel. Been at it 30 years. You're not going to get ripped off here at my channel. You might at other places. Yeah. Because you're not a customer of mine just yet, but maybe you will be. Maybe. We'll see. Karen Berkheimer made it. Lynn Barnett made it. B. Williams made it. And looks like, yeah, thank you so much. Oh, not by you. No, I would say, I don't think I've ever had someone come in and say you ripped me off. I mean, there was a lady one time, but it wasn't, on eBay, I sold 27,000, let's think about this, 27,000 unique items, and I only had one douchebag. This lady was a total D-bag, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. She was just unhappy with her life, and I said, honey, I sent you what I said I would send you. And it was just tragic, And I said, don't do that, don't be a jerk, don't be a total douchebag. No one likes a douchebag, And she just, she hated her own life, and I said, honey, just because you hate your own life, you're only one of 27,000 customers. Girlfriend, keep your pants on, you know? She like threatened me with negative feedback, and I said, do what you got to do, girl. But just expect repercussions. This is the Iraj Moini. Iraj Moini, one of the most beautiful costume jewelry designers, glass rhinestone, completely hand fabricated his beautiful, beautiful pieces. And this one is just fantastic. Very large. It's super incredible. Jacqueline's Treasures, you love this? This is my new favorite video. I worked very hard on this today. Don't think that these pieces are all in one spot because they're simply not. I had to go to 2 different locations to pull this video together for you tonight, and I'm working very, very hard. That's why I'm asking for your help in going into, go somewhere and tell someone about me. Please, let's get some more subscribers to the channel. Please, I don't need to be the most popular, but boy, it would sure help me out if you could do that. If you don't like costume, stay tuned for the fine jewelry, platinum, European cut diamonds, and sapphire, and look at the celluloid box. Look at that celluloid box with a little snap, and you have to push the button to get it open. It's locked. You have to push the button and pull up with your finger. Look at that for diamonds and sapphires. Do you guys like sapphires out there? I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. Look at those European cut diamonds. So if costume isn't your thing, you never know what I'll show in a given video. You'll never know what I'll show in a given video. Then what if I pull out a 7-carat diamond heart? What if I pull out my 7-carat diamond heart, puffy heart in platinum? Brooch and pendant. So if costume isn't your jam, maybe you go crazy for estate diamonds. Maybe you'll go wild for some of the pieces that are out on my desk. And yes, I am that bitch that owns these. So, SLO. Boxes are almost as fun as jewelry. Oh, the boxes I have. Let me see if I have that other one here. I have another favorite box, but I think I put it in my, I think I put it in my case. Well, if you want to see a jewelry box, I could go grab one. I get so distracted. But then, there's this one that, are you ready for this one? The Imperial Fabergé. People are like, do you have Fabergé? Well, if you ask, sure. That's a rose-cut diamond. That's in my collection. That's Imperial Fabergé. Absolutely. That's the way we say it. Fabergé. Gold and a beautiful, watery, clear rose-cut diamond. Look at the size of that diamond. Put some hearts in the chat if you love this ring in the original Fabergé box. What is going on? What is happening? Absolutely stunning. Let's get into costume. So I laid out some pieces that I really wanted to show you, and tonight is the night for costume. Continue to have your pens and your paper and your notes ready to go. We're going to take the deep dive, we're going to stay focused, and I want to teach you as much as I possibly can through showing you the pieces that I feel are historically important. Hobe sterling silver. Some people will say Hobe. They say, oh, I think it's Hobe. Or they'll say Hobbs. I'll go, no, it's Hobe. I forgive you. It's Hobe, absolutely. And I pronounce things wrong all the time. Check this out. What? Hobe in sterling silver? Uh-huh. Yes, please and thank you. Look at the chain drops and check out the flower tassels. Solid sterling silver. These are not gemstones. These are all glass. Those are not amethyst. Those are not pink tourmaline. And those are not sapphire. And they'd probably test as ruby, pink tourmaline, and sapphire. They would probably test as that. And then I'd have to come in and correct someone and say, no, 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 no. Those are all glass. Hi, David Berkheimer. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. These are all glass stones, and there's your mark. Hobe, solid sterling silver, and gorgeous construction. And look at the way that that is put together. Absolutely incredible dual brooch. So you have the crescent moon on one side with the 3 drops, and then you have this beautiful festoon drop over here. And look at the way that that's constructed for Hobe sterling. Value on that together, retail at a show, I'm still at like $550, $650. And this is just exceptional. Now, someone said cornflower blue sapphire in the chat. If you push me, I will always say, it's okay to push me. It's okay to push me. Cornflower blue sapphire, anyone? 5 carat cornflower blue sapphire platinum diamond, one of my favorites. Cornflower, absolutely. Dun 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 dun. All right, we're not talking about fine jewelry tonight, but we're going to continue to talk about the beautiful, 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 beautiful pieces of costume jewelry and how to elevate your collections. Mary Haskell. I just sold a Haskell set for like $8 million. And it was all glass. It was all colored glass. I did have the Cleopatra collar a few years ago. I had made it onto like a Facebook forum because Facebook can't stand me and I can't stand them either. So, but Facebook, well, is there a Facebook anymore? I don't even know. On Facebook forums, they love to tear each other apart. They love to say, I know more than you, and I'm the expert, you're the novice, and they like to tear people apart. These are all faux pearls. So this, again, is all costume jewelry. So this is all faux pearls, beautifully, beautifully constructed, all wired on. These are micro, very small glass faux pearls, glass seed pearls. Glass and glass Baroque drops at the bottom. Look at the flower heads, and then fully signed Haskell, and then fully signed on the inside here, Miriam Haskell. Wonderful construction. What's great about these for Haskell is these would go with all of the pearl jewelry. These would go all with the pearl jewelry. Late 1950s on this specific pair with that maker's mark. With the U-shaped Haskell, that's slightly earlier. Listen up. The U-shaped Haskell mark applied on a U-shape. I showed it in the last live. I showed you a Haskell set that was like all colored rhinestones. It was a brooch and earrings, and it has the U-shaped. It says Miriam Haskell in like a rainbow or a horseshoe, and it's applied to the back of that. Very, very, very unusual. So mark that down in your notes. Look for early Haskell, and there's a lot of Haskell out there that's early that is not signed. Listen up. Lots of Haskell is not signed. You heard it here as well. You want to talk about Chanel. This is unsigned Chanel. And I've always had struggled to say how to say it, but I guess like you could say Gripois. Gripois. Got it? Gripois. And it's spelled, it looks like Gripix. It's Gripois. And I know that there's other people that say it better than me. A-O-U. Hold on. O-A. Oh, no, I spelled it wrong. Give me a second. Gripoix. Gripoix. Gripois. Oh, God, how do I spell it? O-A-X. No. O-A. Oh. Oh. Nope, I didn't get it. Hold on, give me a minute. Oh, no. I didn't spell it right in the chat. Give me a minute. I didn't spell it right in the chat. But this is Chanel, and this is unsigned. And it is considered poured glass. Look at how these cells of there's a wire bezel, and then they hand-formed glass into here. And this is unsigned Chanel. Look at the way the flower blossoms are done. How much is this worth as unsigned Chanel? Can someone put it in the chat? These are cherry blossoms. Yeah. It's hold on. G-R-I-O-U-X. Did I spell? No, I don't think I spelled it right. I think it's an I. Sorry, guys. I think where I put the U, there's an I. Okay, so what is this worth? What is this worth as unsigned Chanel? All glass. All glass. Cherry blossoms. Obviously, there's a cherry blossom. There's the leaf, and then there's the cherries encased. There's white inside the red, and these are hand-gathered and a beautiful costume piece. So what is that worth for just glass? Lynn, you're very close. You're very, very close. Lynn's close. About 2,000. Yep, about 2,000. Yes, about $2,000 as unsigned Chanel. Can you imagine? And I paid $100 for this, and it's all glass. Could you imagine this surviving? That these little flowers have the poured glass, and that's truly poured glass. So when someone says poured glass, it needs to look like this. So this is poured glass right here too. Look at the wire frame, and then someone pours the glass into this with lamp work. Boy, my voice is not holding up, is it? Check that out. Absolutely amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing for unsigned Chanel. Do I want to brag and say I have the necklace? I do, but it's not in my possession. Yeah. What's the era? This one, great question, Joshy boy. 1940. 1940. This is the highest end costume jewelry that was produced, and it's not signed anywhere. Not signed anywhere. Absolutely not signed anywhere. Do I wear it? I have, but you got to be very careful. Can you imagine if you break one of the flowers or one of those leaves, and then these berries, the cherries, kind of knock against this? Look at how it's hand gathered with all the air pockets. You should see how lush this is. And look how the cherries glow because they put white on the inside of translucent red. So it looks like the cherries are actually like Bing cherries. And yes, I did wear this because it clasps right there on me. So yes, I did wear this, but I was very careful when I decided to wear this. Exceptional, exceptional piece of unsigned costume. Very, very, very unusual. You can get those in jewelry jars. They would think it's from the 80s and trash. They would think it's just garbage. They would think, well, that's just, it's just glass. So, anyways, I would challenge someone else to have a bracelet like this because they're extremely rare. Vendome set. Again, Vendome was one of my favorites for quality of the colors. Always make sure that your rhinestones are prong set. The earlier ones would be bead set, and I'll show you a bead setting. Okay, other people don't know the terms, and they go, I don't know what to call it. It's called bead setting, and I don't have one out on my desk right now, but we'll get into bead setting in just a little bit. We have Eisenberg coming up. We have Sterling coming up. The one thing I wanted to talk about as well, and you'll remember, and it comes with the Vendome earrings. There's your Vendome clip-back earrings, rhodium plated, stunning, stunning rhodium plating. And look at the pink crystals and the Aurora Borealis. The quality of that set is amazing. 140 people. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. And thanks for hitting that thumbs up. Mimi Dien, one of my favorite designers. Mimi Dien, extremely hard to find her work. Signed Mimi Dien. And Mimi Dien's work, very, very, very over the top. Incredibly well crafted. Again, we have these cane-made wings that are all glass. That's not plastic. That's all glass. And then look at the prong set rhinestone body. Can you imagine that surviving all those years? And look at the tube settings where these are glued down in. Very, very early construction, and look at the antenna are still there. You know that this probably wasn't worn very much. Mimi Dien, yes. And I could go with the last name, but it's not, it looks like it says Dinaskimi, but it's not pronounced that way. There's your Mimi Dien. It's like Mimi Dinaskimi, but it's not pronounced that way. That's the way it's phonetically spelled. But it's not pronounced that way. And I don't remember exactly how, so we call her Mimi Dien. That's what we call her. Incredible, incredible artist. That vintage on that, late 1960s into the 1970s. So value on that one, oh God, $275. Retail, $275, $495. It's all over the place. It's all over the place. Kenneth J. Lane. I have a very large collection of the chandelier earrings from Kenneth J. Lane, and you saw the other pair the other night. I must have up to 20 or 30 pairs of Kenneth J. Lane earrings. I am going to downsize the collection of costume, but I'm not sure exactly when. And I don't know where. I thought about a national auction. I'm kind of torn, Do I sell it on eBay? Do I sell it on Bully? Or do I sell it at national auction? Put in the chat where you think I should sell the costume. Put eBay, Bully, or national. You vote. 140 people. Please place your vote for where should we sell the vintage costume. 152 people watching Kenneth J. Lane earrings from the 1970s. There's your KJL mark, Kenneth J. Lane. Huge chandelier earrings, royal blue, lush. Years ago, worth $1,200 to $1,500. And this has fallen to like $300 to $400 for a pair of these. Bully National, National, Bully, National. It's a tie. Yeah, I think some's going to go bully and some's going to go national. Yeah, I think there's going to be a split, guys. I think there's going to be a split. There's a lot to go around. Any place but eBay. Okay. All right. Very good. Not a problem. Rhinestone. This is by. Does anyone know who this is before I flip it over? Does anyone know who this is? Because I had this in a video a while ago. Look at the poured glass leaves. This is from the 1980s, if that helps you out. All prong set rhinestones in this exceptionally large flower. Does anyone know? I don't know if anyone knows who this is. Let me get my dragonfly out of the way. Oh, let me get the Chanel out of the way. Here, let me move these up and let me move this out of the way. Let me let that sit there while I get a drink. Does anyone know what that is? Does anyone know? It's okay if not. It's okay. Maybe someone remembers it from a past video. Oh, 10 times better than Joan Rivers, and I meant that in the best way possible. Lawrence Vrba. This is by Lawrence Vrba. Lawrence Vrba. Here, let's open this up and take a look. It's going to be signed there. Lawrence Vrba, V-R-B-A, and you say Vrba, V-R-B-A. What's magnificent about this brooch is look how it elevates found objects. Those poured glass leaves were found objects. And then look how the bezels, wire bezel settings are done with the prongs up here. Not bezel set, they're wire set. Prong set, there we go. Look at the way the rhinestones are set on top of that. The layers to this brooch, you talk about magnificence. And when this is on, look at the way that goes when it's on. That's the way it's read. Found objects. Upcycle, meaning you found, I'm so sorry. You found, I thought everyone would know that. You find something and then you turn it into something else. So these are like vintage art glass leaves that were found objects that then were incorporated into his work. Okay, I think we're clear now. I did a lot with found objects in my own art, and here's one of them. So I said I like oversized. Someone goes, "Oh, I don't like oversized." Well, that's great. I do. This is my engagement ring that I made for an engagement ring show, and you'll always remember this. This is a found object art piece that I constructed. Solid sterling silver that I manufactured. I also made my broken poker chip ring. Yeah, that's a Jason original. And as a silversmith, I entered an engagement ring show back in the day, and there were diamonds and sapphires and platinum and stunning. Let me grab a engagement ring. Let me grab this one. So the show is loaded with stuff like this. So you walk into this bougie show. And there's the vintage, internally flawless 1 carat diamond in gold with the gold band, and that was like in the show, So you go into the show and there's these, real ritzy jewelry designers. There's another celluloid ring box. You go in there and then you go in there and there's mine. And some lady came up to me and she said, "Are your rings really is that real?" And I go, "Yeah. I believe that being married is a waste." And she goes, "Oh, well, that's interesting. We all have our own perspectives." And I said, "Maybe I'll grow out of that." And so this was my theory on engagement at the time, and it's a plunger out of an old sink, out of a turn of the last century 1900 porcelain sink. And so I took the knob out of the sink for the waist, and I bezel set it in sterling silver. And they go, "I'm not so sure I agree." And I said, "That's fine. It doesn't matter. I think it's hilarious. Look how long this has been soldered together in solid sterling silver." But I think I need to leave that on for the show. That's costume. That's what that's about. It's like theatrical. I think that's why I liked constructing things from found objects, because it was what do I say? It was you had concept, you had a story. You're leaving a legacy behind, No judgment on marriage. I'm sure there's a lot of happy marriages out there. My mother and father were proof that there were, So, but that was just my commentary. I was in my 20s. I was in my 20s. Has much changed? Not really. All right, so look at this. Let's get into this tray, and let's not have dialogue about being married. Let me move this out of the way, and thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. I so appreciate it. You've been such an epic crowd. I'm going to take my Hans Hansen necklace off. Let me get over here. Oh, I got to move my vase out of the way. Oh, that was almost a catastrophe. That was almost a catastrophe. Ooh, boy. All right. I got my necklace back where it needs to go. And thank you all so much again for tuning in tonight. I don't know how much longer I'll stay on. Maybe another half hour, Maybe another half hour would be great. So let's do this one. We've got, so the designers I want you to think about, and the designers I would like you to reach for, okay? Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, see, that's what, yeah, I guess I should have said it that way. Okay, so someone said, you're such a bubblegum wrapper dumper. What does that mean? You're such a bubblegum wrapper dumper. Oh, that's kind of, I don't know. That's a little bit strange. A lot of strangeness in the air. I'm not going to block anyone. Coro, Marcel Boucher, Joseff of Hollywood, Attribution, Schiaparelli that's unsigned, Large Orchid, Schiaparelli that is signed, and this one. What? Absolutely gorgeous. All poured glass. This is Hattie Carnegie. Hattie Carnegie poured glass that looks like emerald and ruby and fabulous. And I wanted to throw this one in. This is the Trifari Jelly Belly. Now, just because a pin has a plastic body does not make it a jelly belly. Did you hear what I said? Just because there's plastic in the center of a brooch does not make it a jelly belly. This is technically a jelly belly. This is late 1950s, solid sterling silver, signed Trifari, should have the gold wash, and look at all the rhinestones, and look at the little faux ruby eyes. Okay. Now, let's talk about each one just for a little bit, and I have 9 million more things to go. A Schiaparelli set that no one else has. A beautiful, beautiful, stunning. I think that's Vendome. That's lucite. We got to talk about that one. Eisenberg solid sterling silver fur clip. We have 2 micro pave bead set, by the way. Bead set rhinestones, solid sterling silver hearts from the 1940s. We have 4 Weiss firework brooches with the chipped ice centers. Firework brooches from Weiss. I have 4 of them in different colors. We have Pennino. We need to talk about Pennino. We also need to talk about another brooch that is attributed. This one was clearly attributed to Schiaparelli. Now, we don't know for sure. We're not 100% sure, but we most certainly think Elsa Schiaparelli. Look at the gold-plated hand. Absolutely hypnotic, and you can see why she was friends with Salvador Dali. You could see the surrealist influence. Spelter, white metal, gold washed rhinestone. Absolutely amazing. Amazing, 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 amazing. Okay, now, what I want to talk to you about in this tray is this as Coro. This is Coro, C-O-R-O, one of my least favorite as it went on. The early Coro like this really stole my heart and stole my show. This is exceptional for Coro. Look at the dimension of the leaves. Every rhinestone totally set. Look at the center of this huge flower blossom and the elegance of that stem leading up to this. This mimicked platinum, diamond, and gorgeous. Did you hear what I said? Costume that mimicked real jewelry, which this looks like tutti frutti, like Cartier. Cartier was doing all the tutti frutti, the mixed emerald, sapphire, and ruby called tutti frutti jewelry. And this mimicked that. This was the kind of, quote, poor man's version of Cartier tutti frutti. Exceptional fur clip. And I mean exceptional. These belong in books. These pieces are exceptional versions of which you can still find out there. Coro, rhodium plated, fully marked, and look at the quality of how this is put together. Look at how costume, again, transcended the material. Spelter, rhodium plated, and just rhinestone, but luxury and elegance. And look at the design sense of these folded leaves and this curly Q tendril. Magnificent construction. Value on that one, I paid $20, probably around, my guess is like 8 or 10 years ago. I would say on this one, oh gosh, it's not unheard of to be 600 to 800. I sold an enameled Coro, as you guys remember, on eBay. I paid 50 cents for it at a yard sale. Just before I started content creating, I paid 50 cents for it in a junk bag. It was a very unusual version of the sea monster. All enamel, no rhinestones, signed Coro very early. I sold it on eBay for 750 or 850, 750 or 850, and I had paid 50 cents for it at a yard sale. A huge increase when you deal with some of these costume pieces. You'll remember this one. I paid 20 or 25 for this at Hartville. They did not catch the signature. This is early Marcel Boucher. That's the way it's pronounced correctly. Marcel Boucher. Let me get in on the signature. Boy, it's a hard one to find. Let me get in on it. Let me take it out of the light box and find it. Give me a moment. Thank you all so much for tuning in. This has been an epic live. Are you enjoying it out there? Can you all put some hearts in the chat and let me know if you're enjoying this live? And do you like the deeper dives? Is it okay if I kind of corral the chat sometimes and say, hey, can I be focused and show you what I know? Can I stay focused and show you what I know? Is it okay sometimes? Because I don't want anyone upset. I don't want people to go, oh, I went there and he was just blah, blah, blahing about what he owns, and he was boasting about his collections, and I can't stand it. Because I don't have to do it. You know, I can most certainly keep all this information locked away in my brain. Okay, I found it. Okay, here we go. The reason why they missed this is it's signed right there. And it's the, I always say it wrong. I say falgreen. I know that's wrong. I know it's a falcon. But see the falcon head? See, it's facing the falcon head. There you go. The falcon head is facing left, and there's an MB underneath. Do you see the M and the B? The capital M. Oh, sorry about that. The capital M and the capital B. Right underneath that bird. See the bird's beak facing left? That's as good as I can get it for you. That's Marcel Boucher. It's not bragging, it's sharing. Nobody thinks that, Jason. Oh, my tiny. Enjoying seeing beautiful costume jewelry. I love the collection walkthrough. See, that's what I want to do for all of you. I want you to get out there and buy this piece for 20 and sell this for 700. Buy this at the flea market for $20 and sell it for hundreds of dollars. Completely rhinestone, but look how they're all set. All the rhinestones are set in there. Do you see the voluptuous curly cues? Do you see why this is considered higher end costume jewelry? Yeah, Falgreen. See, I say it wrong. I always pronounce that wrong, but it's same difference. Let me show you the praying mantis brooch. I don't normally show this on my channel. This is out of my personal collection, and I'll never sell this. This is Marcel Boucher, and this is a real one. Please be careful. There's reproductions of this. Years ago, this brooch was $5,000 to $6,000. Now, there's another version that has the enameling on it, and I didn't like it as well. But you know, one of my favorite animals in the world are praying mantises. This is from the late 1940s, and this is also early Marcel Boucher. And the MB mark, boom. Now you can see this one better. Let's get in and take a look at that one. You'll see the falcon with the MB underneath, and please forgive me for the mispronunciation, but you know, when I attacked someone earlier about their, they said they were pronouncing guilloche. They were pronouncing, you know, I say guilloche or, you know, whatever. And they were saying Guichet. I was like, what? You missed a whole syllable. There's the Falgreen Falcon. That's what I say. I know it's wrong. There's the, look, there's the bird over the MB. The point is, at least you know what it is. That's the mark to look for. This brooch now probably goes for, you know, on eBay, with the antenna, probably, oh my gosh, thousands still. You know, I don't know what they have one on for right now, but there are a lot of reproductions of this brooch out there, and you can tell that this is an original with all the miscolored rhinestones, and people go, you should replace those. No, let it be history. Let this be its age. You know, those are all set, and look at the elegance of that gigantic praying mantis. A very, very cool brooch, and I really, really liked this. This just, yeah, thank you. Whatever. Yeah, okay. Falcon. Yeah, falcon. It's a bird. Okay, so that's down and done. So we're going to move that over. And thank you all so much for tuning in. And then I have this on my shirt the other day. Someone said, is that someone really famous? And I go, yes, it's extremely exotic. No, it's not. It's just a costume brooch from the 70s. It's a slice of lemon. I was feeling really bitter. I was feeling really bitter, and I had a weird day. And I wanted people to know to avoid me. So... I wanted to let humans know by not saying anything. And then, I have my other one that people, they know what kind of day I'm having. So I know it's the mood swing. Look, I was nasty, bad, okay, good, or a great. So here's my mood swing. And here's this little lady, and she's on the mood swing, and it says nasty. It says bad. Well, Jeremy says I'm bad all the time. So let's punch the bad in. Hold on. Let's punch the bad in. Hold on. Let's lock in the bad. Jeremy says, he called me the other day in the morning and he said, "Why are you so bad?" And I said, "That's not a great way to start the day." So there she is. She's locked in on bad. But look at that little clueless little lady sitting there looking pretty on the swing. And then I'm okay. I'm good. I'm great. You can see I'm usually, when I wear this brooch, I normally don't say I'm great. So sterling silver, hand fabricated, artisan, and I love this mood swing. I love the mood swing. I think, isn't that the funniest thing you've ever seen? But at least I can admit it. Oh, 128 people. I lost like 40 people. Oh God, dear baby Jesus, what am I gonna do? All right, so watch this. We're gonna get into some more values. So please pick these up. Make sure that you look for the hallmarks. This person missed the mark, had no idea what was going on. This one unsigned, tons of attributions. I'm not going there. I went there before. We're still doing work on this one. Rhodium plated, fabulous, loosely attributed to Trifari or early Marcel Boucher. Could it be Duget? It most certainly could be. Could it be Deja? I don't think so. Micro pave, bead set rhinestones, and look at those glass cabochons. Easily worth $1,000 to $2,000, possibly. If you get an advanced collector that has to have it for their collection, every cabochon glass stone is there. Tutti Frutti design. If you get, here, look at it on white. Look at how stunning this is. Gigantic brooch, by the way. There's a smaller version out there. This is the biggest version. I've never seen it for sale anywhere else. 1,500, 2,500, not unheard of. Joseff of Hollywood, Zentel, I can get into the whole thing. I'm not going to. I'm just going to say we'll talk about the stones in a separate video. Cushion cut, not just rhinestones. And this is the Joseff of Hollywood. Script signed, Joseff. Beautifully done. And why they're matte finished is these were done for Hollywood movies and they needed to be matte finished so they didn't reflect light into the camera. That is absolutely true. That is absolutely true. Something happened. I don't know what's happening. Okay. Beautifully, beautifully constructed bezel set stones. And this is one of the most remarkable designs, very Art Nouveau. Doesn't that remind you all of the elegance of Art Nouveau? Late 1940s on this specific brooch. Late 1940s into the 1950s. Joseff was remade and then signed with new tags slightly later. Very, very early construction, and I loved that dramatic kind of dome style. Very well balanced, and I did like the symmetry, but almost the asymmetry with the curlicues. Stunning brooch. The craft of these pieces, I hope you're understanding what to look for. The construction is everything. This is unsigned and attributed to Schiaparelli. There have been some jewelry historians that have said, no, these are just Austrian. You will find them Austria, and you will also find them from Schiaparelli. This one is by Elsa Schiaparelli. It's attributed. It is not signed. It is a very large orchid. Absolutely an orchid. And look at all the prong set rhinestones. Now, the one way you can tell quality, look how they set the stones all the way down in there. Look how the stones go all the way down in there. This piece is then bent over that piece. Look at the construction of this. All completely hand soldered together. Let's not talk about puddling. Let's not talk about figure eights with Juliana. Let's not go bonkers and start talking about puddling. They're solder seams. And I just can't believe that people are still doing the puddling thing. I can't believe it. Also, Schiaparelli, chipped ice and beautiful transitional stones that transition from lavender into blue, and then blue aurora borealis. This is Elsa Schiaparelli, and there is Elsa Schiaparelli's signature. Please be careful. There are a lot of reproductions of Schiaparelli. All the stones are prong set, and this is just a stunner. Years ago, I bought this for very little money, $60 or $70 at a antique mall in Southern Ohio. They had no idea who Schiaparelli was. They didn't look it up. Now $300. maybe 400, maybe, give or take. I'm trying to be generous in the direction of actually what the pieces sell for. This is the poured glass Hattie Carnegie. Hattie Carnegie poured glass, exceptionally well done. Patent pending on the one oval and the proud Hattie Carnegie signature on the other oval. Look for poured glass jewelry that mimics emerald, ruby, and diamond. Look at how exceptional these stones are, and all of them are poured glass. You can tell that this is fused to the bezel in which they sit down into. Beautiful from the back, absolutely poured right into their mountings. This is true poured glass. This is what you look for with early Chanel and also early Hattie Carnegie. I do have another version of this. I have no idea where it is. Is it Eisenberg? I said Hattie Carnegie. Thank you so much. Okay, check this one out. This is Trifari, solid sterling silver, absolutely marked here. Crown Trifari, solid sterling silver. They usually have pat pending, or like this one, they have the patent number. Yes, they do. Sterling silver jelly belly, and look how magnificent. And I've told you before that this, whatever fabric you wear it on, then it becomes part of your outfit. That was the whole point of having that deep lucite belly. I would say this one value, you're probably 600 to 800 now. Maybe they have one on eBay. Maybe it's, if someone wants to look it up on eBay, go right on ahead. These years ago were well over 1,000. And now they're like, whatever. I think this is a sea turtle because he's got his little, like, more fancy flippers. I think he's a sea turtle. I think he's a swimmer. I don't think he's a land tortoise. I don't think he's a turtle. I think he's a sea turtle. I think he's a sea turtle. I don't think he's a sea turtle. He's not a box turtle. That's for sure. Okay, that brooch is exceptional. Now, I have all those other what's-its-faces. All the other jelly bellies. I have the seal, the tarantula, the frog. List rolls on. They're over on the other desk. If anyone wants to see any more, let me know and I'll go grab them. This one is Vendome. And I really, truly think this is a stunner. It's outer space, it's planetary, rhinestone pink lucite, totally fully marked Vendome, 1960, 1970, and look all the original rhinestones. Those are glued in. So that's kind of like the better, these are like the best, this is the better. So this is the better. This isn't like the best. Value on that one, 125 to 165 full retail. Oh, I've done videos on the other jellies. Let me go grab them. And I'm not going to delay on them because I've shown these about 400 times. Let me grab, okay, here, let me just grab a few so I don't bore the people that have seen them before. Guess I could take them out of the bags real quick. You guys want to see more jellies? Okay, here we go. Here's the frog. Look at glass eyes. Those are not emeralds. Those are glass. All rhinestone, solid sterling silver. Should have a gold wash, and the gold wash is worn off. Patent pending, patent number, and also the Crown Trifari. Solid sterling silver. The carved body. Look how they continue the carved body into the head. The design of these and the whimsy of these is everything. I absolutely love them very, very much. Here's the seal brooch, and I'm not going to delay any more after a few of these. Here's the chubby seal. I wanted him with the blue ball. I think he comes with a red and a green ball as well. Faux sapphire. I'd love to see a Presidium struggle on that. I'm sure it would. Screwed together construction. Be careful. There are reproductions, and this is an original. Look at the chubby, that little chubby fold on his belly, and he's performing. Look at the little mouth. He's singing and performing. It reminds me of SeaWorld back in the day. I just love. I just love these. And I used to wear them a lot. And then back in the day, it all started with the frog. There's the small sailfish. There's the tiny sailfish. I got this one for free. This was I never said this on my channel, but this was in a hoarder house situation. And I've been in many, I don't like the word hoarder house, but I've been in many hoarder house situations, and I don't like doing videos because it's to me it's distasteful and it's exploitive of someone's misfortune and maybe possible mental illness. I could have done the videos in hoarder houses, and I can't bring myself to do it. I can't. I'll say Jeremy and I recently I said this on my channel. It makes me a little emotional. We bought a collection and we're working on it, and I can't do I can't do the videos there. I can't do the videos there. And we're clearing cabinets and we're going through drawers and we bought the entire collection and I was going to do videos on it and I can't. I just can't do it. It's exploitive. It's rude. Um, um, it's not my speed. I'm sure I'd get great views if I started this hoarder house thing and took you all there and showed you the whole thing. And it's just not nice. It's not respectful of someone that's passed. And I won't do it. I won't sell my channel out. And I thought about it the other day and I said, I can't do this. I set up the camera and I put up the ring light and the house looks like absolute hell. And I can't do it. I just can't bring myself to exploit someone for money or for fame or for subscribers. I just can't do it. It's been on my mind, and I can't do it. I just can't do it. When I get a collection that's like well curated or I'll take you all with me. But I can't, because people have heard about it and they said, we heard that you got a hoarder house. And I'm like, I don't like the term, guys. I'm sorry, guys. This is Pennino. This is rhinestone Pennino, glass and rhinestone, all pave set. And look how that mimics fine jewelry. I guess its orientation is made to be worn like this. I'm sorry. There's the orientation on the body. I've always worn it as like a festoon of flowers. That rains down. Look at the bezels, how they thought out the bezels to become petals. Look how they set these stones to become petals, guys. So, oh wait, I'm sorry, I didn't read the chat. Oh, that's the difference between you and so many people on here. Thank you, Jason, for respecting a person who passed. That's why we love you, just one reason. Thank you, guys. Because I felt like I was leaving you guys out. I felt like I was, and then... No, I won't say anymore. It's not good. The situation there is not good, and the sadness abounds, and it's hard for me. It's hard for me to see it like it is. And I had worked on one several years ago as well. This is Eisenberg sterling, guys, from the late 1940s. I had worked on a, again, someone said, well, it was a hoarder house, and I said, oh. It was, but it hurts my heart. I don't know. It hurts. It hurts to have it called that. It really does. It just hurts. She was very unwell, physically and mentally, and there was just stuff everywhere. And I have photos of it that eventually, like maybe I'll show one picture of a situation that I worked in years and years and years ago, because I'm so far removed from it now. It's a sad thing, I don't know. I think okay, enough of that. Sterling silver, Eisenberg, signed there. Sterling silver, double fur clip mechanism, only made for a fur coat. Do you love this? Do you love this, guys? Been abused, and my house is out of control. Not hoarding, just a mess. I was unwell. Thank you so much for having compassion. It really is moving me. Anna, it's okay, honey. We're all with you. Anna, there's no judgment here. There's no judgment. The only people I judge are the people that have judged me harshly. And I will judge them back. And there's only 3. There's only 3 in the world. And they're not that special to mention. But Anna, we're with you, honey. We're with you. Thank you, David. It's a stunning brooch. I think the design of that is what always got me. Can I show you guys a Schiaparelli that I really, truly love? Schiaparelli was one of my favorites for a long time. And you're welcome, Anna. You mean a lot to us already. And welcome to the family, Anna. Thank you so much for tuning in. And it's not just about views and clicks, guys. If it was about views and clicks, I would have done something really stupid years ago. So 2 years ago, I would have been a total dum-dum. No shout-out necessary. Just appreciate the information and you sharing your treasures with us. Well, Mandy, you're going to get a shout out anyway. That's Velvet Vault Jewelry on YouTube, guys. So please go over and check her out and get subscribed to her channel. And she's a whatnot seller that actually has her shit together. She's got her cheese on her cracker, and she does what she says she's going to do. And she tries very, very hard. Her name is Mandy. She is a personal friend of mine. I don't know her. I've never met her, and I don't need to. I've seen her eyes through a photograph, and I trust her. So, and she's never been afraid to call my name out. And there's other whatnot sellers that know me, and they've yet to say anything about me, because apparently they now feel that I'm a threat to their business. But let me tell you, I'm no threat to a business when I would easily promote you. Mandy, thank you so much for being here. Mandy, I absolutely adore you. You're a beautiful mother. And your kids are very, very lucky to have you. And congratulations on going to school and following your dreams. So if you would all please go over and support Velvet Vault Jewelry here and on Whatnot. Would you please do that? There's cheese and crackers. Yeah, it's a new term that I got from my friend. And I love it. This is Schiaparelli. Do you see the very unusual color play in all of these stones? This kind of watermelon rhinestones, the deep ruby red, and then look how crazy they got with the opalescent cabochons. Those all have an opalescent finish, and this fully articulates. There's three parts. This top bow style, this drop, and then look at the drop in the inside. Fully articulating. What an incredible, incredible set. All gunmetal plated on the back and fully signed Schiaparelli. That's the signature you want to see. And usually the earrings are signed, and there you go. Elsa Schiaparelli, clipbacks in wonderful condition. And look how she aged the rhodium. So Elsa said, you know what? I don't like I don't like this bright colored finish. I'm going to age this to look antique. Like this has been around for 100 years. Look at what a time traveler she was. What a genius designer, and all the stones are prong set. So don't get it twisted on Schiaparelli. All the stones are prong set. What a gorgeous and stunning set. Truly amazing. Sets like this now, 600, 700, 800, maybe slightly more. You never know. You just never know. With vintage rhinestone, if you find an emotional buyer, just like in any jewelry, if you find an emotional buyer, it's off the charts. I think that cost me $100 back in the day. Velvet Vault Jewelry, thank you so much for your generosity, not only in your money, but in your friendship. And thank you for your generosity and always saying my name. Always saying my name. And you know what, Mandy? It might cost you some subscribers. It might cost you some customers on Whatnot. Thank you so much, Mandy. I really appreciate you. Okay, that box is done. This box is done. But then we have a whole nother problem. We have a whole nother problem, you guys. There's 5 more boxes. All right. Now, when I say there's probably... Let's get this out of here. There's probably, well, all right. We don't have time for this whole box. We don't have time for this whole box, but let's just do a quickie. Let's just take a look at Coro Duet. So I'm just going to flick through and show you what to look for. Coro Duet. Solid sterling silver, double owl brooch, and they unclip as fur clips. That's a Coro Duet. Wonderful condition in the enameling. All 4 blue rhinestone eyes are there. Reach for Coro Duets. Absolutely fantastic. Reach for Coro Duets. This one, I believe this was Weiss or Vendome. I don't remember. Beautiful, beautiful emerald glass. Here's an Elzac upside down. You remember when I talked about Elzac brooches, the crimes of fashion or the victims of fashion or whatever they're calling it these days? Look at this dazzler. Made to look like fine jewelry. Doesn't that look like the most beautiful emeralds in the whole wide world and luxurious diamonds? Look at that original drop. Asymmetry in design as well. I almost knocked the whole light box over. You guys almost went over on the side. I forgot to plug my phone in. Oh no, I forgot to plug my phone in. Oh no, oh wow, we're gonna lose the feed here. Oh, let's plug this in. Oh, good, we're at 30%. Okay, let's take a look at this. Jason, you should consider doing a live stream series on your costume. Do you really think so? Do you guys think I should do a whole like A to Z on designers? Would you guys be interested in that? I don't know. Put the word costume in the chat, and if I see of 165 people, if I see 40 words of costume, put the word costume in the chat, and if I see 40 of them, we'll do a whole costume thing. I didn't know if this would be popular. I gotta be honest, I did not know if this would be popular. I had no idea. I don't know if do I see a whole bunch of costume? Let's see here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, oh my God, yes. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay, all right, I see 26. Attributed to early Coro or Boucher. There's a lot of people that go either way with this. Early turtle, 1930s. Price range five to 600, 700 to 800, not unheard of. I think I saw one online for like a buy it now for 675. I think years ago. I don't know. Costume, not, but not for me. Costume, only Monet. I only know Monet. Okay, that's okay. You've got to start somewhere. Costume. I started with Trifari. Do you know the first few pieces of costume I sold? I sold for like $5 each. They were Trifari. Oh, here's Alzac. I have many Alzac in my collection. I don't know if I've ever shown them before. Did you guys ever see my Alzac collection? This is Alzac. This is done in California. Victims of Fashion or Crimes of Fashion. Mom, is it okay if I stay on until 10:30? Mama Mary, we have 160 people here. 161 thumbs up. Can you double tap that screen for me and give me some love in the chat? This is Alzac, and I love these because each one is distinctive and unusual. Um, Anyone heard of Garnet? Yeah, absolutely. Garnet, sure. Oh gosh, the turtle's stunning. Oh, thank you guys. Oh, thank you for loving it. Oh, thank you. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So, all made out of porcelain faces, Elzac. You'll see them in bunny rabbits, giraffes, bears, faces. I used to collect these extensively. Unfortunately, I'll never sell one. This one just made me. I love the match of the turquoise here. Can everyone thank Mama Mary for letting me call her in a half hour? Oh, you wait until you. Oh, another. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, I had another Schiaparelli surprise. I have it in green. Oh, I have it in green. Oh, you want to see more faces? Okay, sure. Okay. Oh, great. Thank you, Mama Mary. Schiaparelli. You can tell by the Keystone rhinestones. Thank you all for being so well behaved in the chat tonight. I'm so proud of all of you. You can tell by the metal at Schiaparelli. That aged look, and by those kite-shaped rhinestones. I'm so sorry, I said keystones. That's a whole other thing. That's Schreiner. These are not keystones. These are kite stones. And this is the Schiaparelli lobster slash crayfish. Very, very hard pin to find. I bought this for like next to nothing. I don't even remember. This is very inexpensive. Worth several hundreds of dollars now. Very whimsical, very cool. I really like that. Look, we have no trolls all night long tonight. We have a lot of new people in. A lot of new people. The channel is really gaining momentum. I need your help. 141 people. I need your help. Tell at least one person tomorrow, go over and subscribe to this kid's channel. Call me a kid so they want to follow me, like literally, like he's youthful, he's fun, that would be great. So I'm so glad that he is sharing his costume collection. Mom, this is where I started my whole journey. This is where I came from. This is where I had the most fun with buying and selling. Don't get me wrong, diamonds and platinum, there's your Schiaparelli signature. Same spot as the last one. The reproductions will sometimes be haphazard with the signature. It won't be spelled right. It will not be spelled right. But look at this for that green. Do you remember the red one from earlier with the earrings? Well, I had to have it in the green. By the way, I have the earrings in another box. You want me to do more costume? Okay. All right, fine, I'll do it. Oh, I shared your video. You can post on your YouTube page. Thank you so much. All right, let's do it. Let's keep going. This is attributed to Boucher or Schiaparelli as well. It's the bird in the hand. And I've always loved the bird in the hand saying. I think it's a great adage. I don't love them so much, but bird in the hand, enamel, Schiaparelli, attribution, or Boucher. There's a lot of discrepancy in terms of knowing exactly who produced these pieces, especially when we need to look up the designs. When these were patented, look at the little bird in the hand. Very elegant, painted fingernails, late 1940s. That is Spelter. That's exactly what that is. This is Pennino, solid sterling silver. Well, I wanted to show you this one. Extremely expensive brooch. Pennino, solid sterling silver, beautiful construction, fully hallmarked Pennino and sterling silver, magnificent construction. Look at the way that's riveted together with those flower heads that hide underneath this. Look at how this, oh, and I forgot to mention something, and I'm glad I brought this out. So my mom said to me, she said, do you have much Eisenberg sterling left? And I said, I sure do. I sure have a lot of Eisenberg sterling left. Can I tell you that this is bridge jewelry? You've heard me use the term bridge jewelry before. Not like playing bridge, not a bridge that you drive over, but a bridge that is built between costume jewelry and fine jewelry. The reason for that is a lot of the costume jewelers were fine jewelers starting their careers, transitioning into costume to bring it to the masses. Sterling silver is considered bridge jewelry costume. It's not necessarily fine jewelry. It's bridge jewelry. It bridges the gap between spelter and pot metal, like the rhinestone brooch I just showed you. And it bridges the gap between costume jewelry and fine jewelry. So this isn't platinum and sapphire and diamonds. This is the bridge in between costume and fine jewelry. Does that make sense to all of you? To show you a piece of exceptional bridge jewelry from the 1940s, 1950s. Pennino, absolutely stunning blue color, very beautiful. Absolutely love it. Think it's incredible. Thank you for being here in the chat. This is YSL. I wasn't going to show this, but I'll show this on a bust. This is YSL, and this is newer YSL. I got this. Oh, I just lost a little earring. Hold on, guys. That's why I didn't take it there. Hold on, give me a minute. Here's one of the earrings that just took off. So I have the earrings to this. Hold on. Give me a minute. Let me go get my bust. Let me show you this on a bust. I wasn't going to show this tonight, but it's okay. It's all right. We're going to show it because I wanted to show these things, on a bust so you can see how they lay down. This is 1990s YSL. This is free. I have no money in it. I sold a similar one for $300. So remember that. I sold a similar one for $300. And probably, I'd say about maybe 6 or 7 years ago. It was way before I had Bully, that's for sure. Let me move this, or before Jeremy had Bully on YouTube, I should say. Oh, I don't know where to put this. Let's put this here and not break anything. I'll go back into that box in just a moment. Let's put the done pile out of the way, and let's get this in the light box. So this is YSL, and people have all these terms about mermaid glass and dot, 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 dot. It's, oh gosh, stop. This is beautifully done. It's this kind of like... I don't even know how to describe the color of the glass, but exceptional. There's the YSL earrings. Yves Saint Laurent. Sorry, I didn't say that already. So Yves Saint Laurent and YSL. Yves Saint Laurent. All right. Beautiful construction, and all the stones are set. One of the most incredible kind of moon glow style stones. Very good iridescence. It's this almost saffret. Almost saffron glass, like a bluish purple, and then it's got this greenish blue. Fantastic in terms of its construction. And oh, hold on, I wasn't watching the chat, and there's a whole bunch going on. Oh, I was so distracted by showing. Okay, and then there's your back construction. More contemporary, late 1990s into, maybe it starts to transition into 2000. But this is very 1990s in its style, with that matte finish and kind of that sensitivity to drops, that kind of pendulum or pendant style. Very cool. Very, very cool. I had never kept that like for part of my collection, but I kept it to sell it. I do need a few more thumbs up. Let's try and get to 200. Let's try and get me to 200 thumbs up. And if it doesn't happen during the live, please continue to hit that thumbs up on the replay. And please continue to subscribe to the channel. These live feeds are taking a lot out of me, but I'm doing it. I'm staying with it. I'm saying, you know what? I'm growing this channel, damn it. I'm fighting back. And I love spending time with all of you. Don't get me wrong. So, okay. Check this out. Isn't this phenomenal? Isn't this amazing? Ouch, I just poked myself. This is Marcel Boucher, and this is sterling silver. There's your early Falcon mark right there. Falcon, MB underneath the Falcon head facing left. There's your model number in sterling silver, and it's a bunny rabbit. Elegance, fabulous, gold-plated sterling silver, and look at the orange stones in its back. I love the abstract buddy. That was a keeper for a long time. I loved its whimsy, I loved its whimsy. Rabbits were like a favorite thing of mine. I love, there's rabbits in my backyard right now, and I love them. I absolutely love them. Rabbits are just my jam. $15 back in the day because they missed the mark. And then I missed the mark in a video one time. This is Weiss. It's clearly marked Weiss right there. People say Weiss, and I go, oh gosh, don't. This is Weiss, and check this out. Look at how atomic this is, and look at the large blue stones. So fantastic. Prong set from the back, and then look at those plastic kind of shards that stick out here and there. Very atomic. Doesn't this look like a planet, out in the sky, somewhere way far off? Absolutely amazing. Rabbits are my jam. I just love them. I absolutely love rabbits. I think they're so cool. Beaded thing, I don't want to talk about it now. This one's Vendome. It's kind of the Imperial Vendome, what I considered Imperial. This one is just a breathtaking example. I would consider this A line. You can talk about like A line, B line, C line. This is A line. One of the best of Vendome based on its construction and all prong set rhinestones. This is a breathtaking example. I've seen this in books several times. You see the quality of the rhinestones. So see how like sometimes you look at rhinestones and they look like, okay, those are pretty. And then you get the breathtaking ones. Well, these are breathtaking. Absolutely incredible Austrian crystal, beautiful faux pearl, and fantastic on the inside. Fantastic on the opposite side. Luscious. And there's my Janet. 3, 2, 1. Janet, you make me laugh so hard. You really make me laugh so hard. Janet, your sense of humor has always been so epic for me. Another Schiaparelli orchid in blue and clear. Why? Because I wanted to be that collector that had to have it in sapphire blue. I have it. Never mind. I'm not going to tell you how many colors I have the brooch in. It doesn't matter. Jewelry's not a competition. All prong set rhinestones, again, strongly attributed to Schiaparelli. Sometimes you'll find it, and it's only Austria. That's just the way it is sometimes. Can't see the chat, guys. I'm so sorry. We have another Elzac, and this Elzac is incredible. I think I'm going to keep this Elzac too. I think I have one more Elzac. I do. I'm going to keep these 3. So I will sell some Elzac, but I'm going to keep these 3. I've loved this Elzac brooch. Look at the makeup, the lips, the strong features, the celluloid earrings. Again, ceramic face, Elzac made in California. And look at that incredibly well-wrapped headpiece. And again, look at the oxidation of the fabric. Dark on the front, faded on the front, dark on the back, faded on the front. This is incredible. Her face is stunningly gorgeous. And I love that little touch of like fruit inside of the headpiece. Very beautiful. Late 1940s, Elzac through and through. And I'll type in Elzac so you all can do some research. Oh, some of their designs were so beautiful. I've dealt in Elzac for a long time. There's your spelling for Elzac. I've never seen one signed. Well, let me say it this way. I've never had one signed. And this is my other Elzac that I love. And then in about another 10 minutes, we're going to wind it down and say, I think we had a very successful evening. I hope you took some notes. I hope this helps and assists resellers that are new to the game or that have given it up for a while, and this encourages resellers to reach for costume. I hope this elevates collectors as well. I hope I gave you enough tips and tricks and what to look for. And also, I like the deep dive that you allowed me to share so much and give you all the information that I've acquired over 30 years of dealing with vintage costume jewelry. This one is exceptional for Elzac. Look at the peaceful serenity on her face. Didn't mind the wear to the cold painted enamel paint. Love the lips, love the nose, love the eyebrows, and look at that metallic headpiece. Again, scraps and pieces of trim, and then that wonderful dramatic lucite head wrap that becomes some sort of scarf or necklace. Looks wind whipped. Very, very cool, and I appreciated the asymmetry. Again, we're talking costume, and from years ago, late 30s into the 40s, very 40s, very 50s on this specific version, you're transcending materials. Almost everything in this brooch is worthless. Think about this. Just take a moment and think about this. Think about the artist that constructed this so lovingly. They made the face, they painted the face, they used the scraps, they transcended materials and made a wearable sculpture that was a testament to women's fashion. It was a testament to the character of the women, not only that they portrayed, but also the women that wore these pieces. Think about it. Take the deep dive. This is Frank Hess for Miriam Haskell. I could do a whole video on Frank Hess for Miriam Haskell. Again, it transcends material. You're dealing with glass, you're dealing with brass, you're dealing with celluloid, all hand sewn together on the back. Frank Hess for Miriam Haskell. A brooch that I paid $10 for. This easily now still $700, $800, $1,000 at a retail show. eBay maybe now it's $600 to $900. I haven't checked one for over 10 years. Frank Hess, Miriam Haskell, all glass, completely hand constructed, and a winner of costume jewelry. Again, not signed. I will show you the pieces that aren't signed, what to look for, what to grab, and what to sell. Let's take a look at a few others. Here's another Coro duet. I don't know if you want me to talk about this one, but I can. We have a lot more to go through inside this box. A lot with original price tags of what I paid 10, 20, 30 years ago. Oh, I love this one. We'll talk about that another time. Oh, the early owl. Oh, the early 1930s rhinestone and enamel owl pin. Oh, gosh. Some of these treasures that I haven't seen. This is a double trembler brooch. This is a double trembler, and people say this is the camellia brooch. Go ahead and call it what you will. I call it stunning and gorgeous, and these tremble. So these are on springs, and it's a double trembler. I have a lot of tremblers in my collection. Years ago, they were some of the most sought after in costume jewelry. We're dealing with spelter. This is not sterling silver. It is a Coro duet. So you have it as one brooch, and then you take this down to this. Thank you, Joshy boy, for rooting them on. I really do need the help, Joshy. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in tonight. And I'm going to rest tomorrow. I promise you all. I have a laundry day ahead of me and a very busy week. And like I said, I started the fourth auction. I didn't have to, but I decided, why not? Why not stress myself out completely? We've got enamel, we've got faux rubies, we have rhinestones, and there's the trembler, gold-plated spelter, rhodium-plated, and look how that dress clip snaps down. These are dress clips. They have very sharp prongs on the back of it. These were never shoe clips. Please do not call them shoe clips, and please do not put them on your shoes. That's not their job. They were dress clips on either side of a gorgeous velvet gown. Again, on this specific brooch, late 1940s. Let's lock the pin back in. And thank you again so much for tuning in tonight. I really hope this video has helped you all out. I feel as though I accomplished many things in this video that I've been meaning to do for over a year. Leave the static and garbage at the road where it belongs and shine, baby, shine. That's what this video is about. This is one of the deep dives that I'm going to continue to do. Sterling silver Pennino. This is sterling silver Pennino, absolutely exceptional. Weiss Christmas tree. And I got the, let's see here. That says 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 6 candle. I also have, I think, the 9 candle. I forget. But this is Weiss. It is one of the more rare Christmas tree brooches. I don't know what this goes for now, but years ago, this used to be hundreds. Years ago, this used to be hundreds. I don't know what these go for now, but this one's Weiss. It's in exceptional condition, beautifully, beautifully constructed, Weiss through and through, and really beautiful. I have a hollycraft tree that I absolutely love, and thank you so much. We'll talk about that in another one. Solid sterling hand, a unicorn brooch that I've loved forever. Oh, I love these. Here's another Christmas tree from a long time ago. Original by Robert. People will say Robert, and I go, did you forget the little accent over the E? Original by Robert Pumpkin. I think I'm one of the only ones that has this one. It used to be a popular brooch, but now it's harder to find. Original by Robert on the little artist palette. Enamel, and probably easier to find now with the internet. Years ago, not easy. Oh, the cat mirror. We'll talk about that eventually. Oh, this incredible sterling. Crystal necklace. We'll talk about that sometime. One of my favorite brooches that's not signed, and then we'll talk about a few more that are outside the light box, and we'll get this squared away. Wonderful, incredible, easily attributed to several different makers. I'll leave that out until the next video when I'm a little bit more rested. Look at this bonsai tree, late 1930s into the 1940s. Again, an incredible version of costume. Spelter, Gold Wash. Thank you all for tuning in tonight, guys. You've been so incredible tonight. 171 people. Can you all continue to double tap the screen? Thank you for the hearts up the side. Can you take a chance and hit the subscribe button as well? 174 thumbs up. Can you continue to hit that thumbs up for me? Look at us climb. 175. Can we get to 176 thumbs up? It's a race until the end. Let's do it, guys. Come on. Get me to 200 likes tonight. Let's do it. Let's show the other channels who's in charge. We've got this Trifari brooch, late 1940s, solid sterling silver. One of my favorites because it has all of its stones. All the little red rhinestones are there. A very sizable brooch, late 1940s into the 50s. Rhinestone, gold-plated, crown Trifari. Stunning brooch, gigantic and massive. And look how this undulates and flows like a bow with ribbons. Absolutely gorgeous and stunning. Whoever is sending the hearts up the side, thank you so much for showing me the love. I worked very hard for you tonight. I have a feeling as though I have now completely faded. One final one, and then I'm going to let you go. Are you ready for this? This is by Marcel Boucher, and oh, one of my little favorite fur clips. Mazer Brothers, guys. Mazer, Joseff Mazer. Sorry, I said Boucher. This is Joseff Mazer. I'm tired. This is my first mistake of the night. This is Mazer, sterling silver, and some people will say Mazer. I'm like, no, it's Mazer. Joseff Mazer, sterling silver, and it's signed Mazer sterling down here, and it's the most whimsical little owl with the giant red belly. Now, please don't call this a jelly belly, because it is most certainly not. This is a luxurious and very difficult pin to find. You open this up this way, and look at the little fur clip mechanism. Really magnificent little face. And do you guys remember Clash of the Titans? Do you remember the movie Clash of the Titans? There was that little owl or the little hawk that was mechanical. He was like made out of a tin can. Do you remember? And he would blink his eyes and they would make that creaky noise. This brooch reminds me of my childhood. It reminds me of that owl that assisted him to get on his journey. And I really, truly, I love this little brooch, and I think this is just magnificent. One of my favorites, never going to be for sale. I think he's just so whimsical, and he reminds me of that movie. You know what I'm going to do tonight, and I would recommend you all do it. Please watch the Clash of the Titans tonight. I think that's the movie that. And I think it was Clash of the Titans. We could talk about French jewelry all night long the next time we come on. Some of the most expensive, some of the most... Oh, thank you, William, for saying I'm wise. Thank you so much. This is great movie. I agree. I agree. Oh, hi, 777, Karina. I don't know. You're new here, and thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you. French. Luxury, fabulous. Trombone clasp, I'm sure. Yeah, trombone clasp. Haven't seen this one for a while. The trombone extension. Now, not all pieces with trombones are French, but this is definitely a French piece. They also did this in Austria as well, but this is French. Faux turquoise, looks like diamonds, and it's not, but do you see that this looks like regal jewelry? It looks like antique regal jewelry. I love that little owl. I think I have the right movie. I sure hope I do. Yeah. Oh, it was, and I have seen it. It was an owl. Thank you, Rebecca. I wasn't sure if I had the right movie. Yeah, it was like an owl, and he was like made out of a tin can, and his eyes were like they would like click when he would do his eyes. I love that movie. I watched that with my dad when I was a kid, and I think we saw it in the movie theater too. And I think I got sick to my stomach. I think when Medusa came out, I got sick to my stomach. I think I remember that. Oh, so thank you all so much for tuning in, you guys. You have just been absolutely the most epic and fun crowd. And I'm getting back to my roots. I'm getting back to what feels right. Oh, Squeaky Cheese, my favorite video to date. Thank you for this deep dive into costume and everything else. Oh, thank you guys. Oh, the owl's name was Bubo. Bubo, Bubo. Thank you, Alex. Can everyone welcome Alex in? Thank you, Alex, for telling me that. Thank you so much for that. Oh, thank you. All right, so we're winding down, and I guess I just wanted to reinforce that was unsigned Coro, guys, or maybe this one is signed Coro. Give me a moment. No, this is unsigned Coro, very early Coro, enamel flowers, and I love the clear stones. When someone says clear rhinestones don't sell, show them this brooch and say, yes, they do. According to Jason Adams, they do. Thank you all so much. I got 8 million things to clean up tonight. I have more Elzec in another box. And guess what? You're missing, hold on. You're missing this whole other box of costume. And we didn't even get into the Juliana. We didn't get into the Juliana box. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And there's a whole nother box of costume right here, right next to the, I didn't get even to like a tenth of it. I tried so hard to show you as much as I possibly could tonight. I want to thank you and I want to wish you all a wonderful week ahead. This has been an epic live. I hope it's served you well. I hope I've made you proud. And if you could do me just a simple favor of telling one person tomorrow, and you know what? I challenge you, tell 2 people about my channel. Grab their cell phone and subscribe. Make them subscribe to my channel. Don't give them a choice. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, guys. I'm going to go call Mama Mary. You've been an incredible crowd. I hope you know how much this truly means to me. I really do appreciate you all. Thank you for sticking with me when I've stumbled. Thank you for sticking with me when I haven't been perfect. And I appreciate you all so much. Good night, everyone. Before I get emotional, I just want to say that I love you all so much. Take good care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. I might hop on very soon. You never know when it'll happen. When the spirit moves me, that's when I'm going to come on. You take good care of yourselves, and I love you all so much. Good night, everyone. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you again.